What? Ooh, okay. Okay. I don't know how this thing's gonna work. We'll see. We'll see how this works. Alright. I'm hoping that my audio is much better and clearer than it was before. Oh my god. What's up, Lando? Me first. You are. You're first. And you're not on your phone first. Good job, Lando. Good job. Okay. Oh my goodness. How's my audio? Is it okay? Why is my heart rate so high? This thing's fucking flying, right? Wait, you were wait, why? What? Did you see me type a whole bunch of F's in chat? A bit airy or ASMR-ish? Peeking a bit. Okay, I can fix that part. Alright. That's gonna be my gain. My gain is a little bit too high. Is that better? I shouldn't peek anymore. But I could probably turn... What does airy mean? Were you just lurking in the shadows? Is that what Shadow Bro does? I have nothing else to do? I'd be waiting on Breb. Ah, I see. I think this audio might be a little bit better. Fuck, I still peek though. What the hell? Let's hear some background music. Okay, I got you. We're gonna play some music. I think I also need to fix the distance of my mic. Let me know if that's too far. This is where I think I normally have it, but I'm not sure. Not quite sure. I want to make sure it's balanced. Okay, hold on. Why is it not playing? What? Spotify. What's up, Goshi? Pro Valor plays incoming. Goshi, I got my first ace. Wait, what is this playing from? Dude, I'm starving right now. It's quiet, but it's playing. You were bullied with math and English today? Not a fun day? Well, math is fine. English, I don't know about that one. I'd rather not with that one. I turned it up a little bit. I mean, I have the problem with my voice is that it's quiet at times, and then when I get into something, I speak louder, and then yeah. Is this better with the audio? Yeah, it's not like it's my first language or anything. I'm doing well, Goshi. How are you? What's up, Jones? Welcome in, everyone. Audio sounds fine to me. Why don't you have a limited preventing peaking? I have a whole bunch of filters. You want me to do a limiter? I have a compressor. I guess I can add a limiter. Let's try. So I can't even. Baby. Oh my god. Really, Lando? Really? That's hella fucking funny. Okay, I have a limiter on. I don't know how this is gonna change it. Is babies. Oh. Hi, Buttercup. Welcome in. Let me see. I mean, can't I just put the bar lower? I hope y'all have a great day. Let me go ahead and give out some shout outs. Give me a second.
So chips don't taste like potatoes. I don't know.
Yeah, if you can tell, they're having an argument about chips and whether or not they taste like potatoes or not.
It's not even a real argument. It's just like a mild.
Y'all have been going on about this almost an hour.
Because it's interesting. Like throughout this argument, I'm just learning a bunch of.
So you just admit it's an argument. Thank you.
Conversation.
No, clip it. He said argument. Clip it. He admitted it's an argument. Clip it. Brother Nubis, clip.
Oh, they're shooting. Pally. No. Pally. Oh, no. Oh, no, Pally died.
He got me. No.
Goshi.
Oh, Pally's dead. Oh, sheesh. Where'd he go?
Hey, careful.
Okay, well, my mic's not even hitting the yellow right now. It's hitting negative 25.
Giants. These belong to the Giants?
These are the Giants. They had a choice.
Okay. How does my... That's what I'm saying. I'm hitting negative 20. I just peaked at negative 18. So that's why I'm not quite sure. I could turn off all of my filters and you can hear every fucking thing. Like, everything. Okay, for sure. We can do that later. That sounds good. It sounds fine now. Are you having to turn my volume up a million times though? That's what I'm worried about. Or should I just bring my mic closer and then talk normal? Like that. I think this is fine. Okay, we'll worry about it later. Does anyone want to play Valorant with me? Because my husband, who I am 1v1ing by the way today, he is at the gym right now. And then he's gonna cook. Basically, we're gonna have a long ass stream until he's here. You have me halfway up. Okay, for sure. Sounds good. Sounds good. The man himself. I don't know if he'll hop and call, but hopefully he just like, you know, comes and chills with us and we get a 1v1. I would like to say he is better. He has faster reflexes when it comes to shooting games. He's played Valorant, so we're probably not gonna plant spike. We're probably just gonna try to find each other on map. So I might have to change the time limit. I'm thinking Icebox because it's a smallish map. I'm ready to watch the heart rate spike on every death. Well, the thing that kind of sucks is that with this heart rate monitor, it updates only every 5 seconds. So I don't know if it's gonna be a crazy spike or if it's gonna even catch it on the crazy spike, you know? So we'll see. What's in my store right now? This is so pretty. Okay. Oh. I want it. Oh my god, I want it. Why is it 30 bucks? Holy shit. Most heart rate monitors are every couple of seconds. Are they? Either way, I'm going to see it or hear it. True. True. Okay. I'll hop in the practice range for some shooting test. Goshi, you said how was my day earlier? I'm sorry, I got distracted by whatever I was doing. My day was good. How was your day? Jones, how's your day? Were you streaming today? I think you were, right? I think we rated to your stream today. But I was at work and picking up my sister, so I don't know if I was able to fully be attentive there. Joe, how's your day? Oh my god, I feel really off. Give me a second. I messed with so many settings that I'm not like squared away. Also, I was gonna torture myself by making all of the sound alerts cost 0. So I was gonna do that. I was gonna do that for Saturday stream. I think that'd be really funny to do. What do you guys think? Should I do that? I think I should do that. I might do it. You know, like, fuck it, why not? I could just easily get scared out of my mind. I might need a break though. I might need like a 10-minute break. I might be like, oh shit, I can't do it. Also, did I mention I'm super hungry right now? Joe won't let me eat chocolate, so I'm hungry, I'm starving. I made rice earlier, but we're gonna make some chicken tikka masala and shrimp. Well, my husband is. He's the chef, so not me. Also, I kind of have a sore throat, so if I sound a little funny, that is why. That is definitely why. Remembers Kimpy got to get the commentators in the call. Yeah. So you guys do want to commentate? You guys are so silly. I have rules though. I have some rules. We'll talk about it later. Or sorry, commentator of Reb. Wait, you're gonna commentate too? Did you want to, or it's up to you? It's for fun, honestly. It's mostly to measure if I actually really did get better at Val or not. Because even before, when I would just play with him, he would absolutely do crazy good. You're getting your hair braided tomorrow morning? How long is that gonna take? Oh my god. I need a different gun. Can't have 2 commentators in a 1v1? Are you sure? But you guys can like view one person's... You can stay in the call if you want to, so you can just listen in. I have sticky fingers right now. I'm pressing it more than I want to. Like sticky button. Depends on the style. The stylist braids quickly. Those so blowout wash and braids are usually in an hour to an hour and a half. Bro, have you never seen a boxing match? Yeah, it's usually like 2 commentators. What's up, Sin? What's up, Sin? Also, there's only space for 2 people to view the match, so if you want to, you can. Also, oh my god. I can't tell if it's because I'm hungry that my voice sounds like this or because my throat's sore. Though, at work, I did talk for like 2.5 hours straight to my work bestie. I did what Sin did yesterday, but she had burritos and I didn't have burritos. What did I have? Oh, I had sliders. I had tofu sliders. When I'm at work, guys, I try not to eat meat. They always have vegetarian options and I try to eat all my veggies like a good girl. Oh my god, why are they so close together? Now imagine if they were moving targets. I would lose. I would lose everything. I'm really surprised my husband really wants to 1v1 me. Like I brought it up and I was like 1v1 me then, and he was like bet. And then ever since I said that one time, he's kind of just been like, yeah, 1v1 me. And I'm like, wait, you're fucking serious? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, but we'll stream it. But no hard feelings though. Whoever wins, he's probably not even gonna warm up because he doesn't need to. They have like 5 commentators. If so, I'm doing it in the most broken English I can physically do. Please do. I want to hear that. I have Thai food. Oh my god. Oh my god. I want some Thai food. Isn't it so therapeutic? Yes. No, I just want protein. Veggies can be with it, but we need that protein. No, I haven't. I don't watch any sports. Fair enough. Okay, well, if anyone wants to play some games before it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be like 2 hours or so before he's ready to play. So whoever wants to hop on, they can hop on. I'm going to be using the biggest words but with the completely wrong meaning. Do it. I'm gonna have to delete the VOD. The VOD's gonna be scrapped. I don't want to watch a bunch of sport. I don't watch a bunch of sports, but my dad and I used to watch boxing together when I was a kid. So it's a thing we watch together occasionally. Boxing out of all the things. Sin, what are you having for dinner? How's your day? What'd you do? Tell me everything. Start from the top. Tell me what time you woke up, what you had for breakfast, the color of your socks, everything. I'm just kidding. That's fucking weird. Please disregard. Oh, wait. I need to turn my audio up in the game. Bleep, 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 bleep. They're gonna shoot me in a second. I heard them. Where'd they go? I heard the sand. Oh, I don't like this spot. I also don't like this map for this. I have like no health. Doo doo. This is such a big map to be playing this game. Oh my god, that last one should have hit him in the head, in the forehead. I'm scared. Oh no! Yo, that Phoenix is really good. I mean, I could change my gun too, but I like trying to get headshots. Like nobody's like playing. What the fuck's happening? There's no bodies moving anywhere. The crouch. Okay, Vandal time. This is gonna go too slow for me. No! Wow. Wow. No. I'm so bad at long range shooting. Oh my god. Apparently I'm bad at close range shooting. Haiku, thank you for the lyric. I appreciate you. How are you doing today? You've been streaming.
Have a lovely
Haiku.
lurk.
I've been seeing there. I also have new channel point redeems. Shit, guys, I'm gonna change my gun. There is no fucking way. I hear someone over here. Am I wrong? Oh my god, this is gonna take forever. A banana. Oh, I was looking at the banana. Fuck my life. This is I don't like this map for this. It's gonna take forever. No, there was two. What is two of you? What do I do? Bro, I hit him 98. No fucking way. I'm so bad at long range. I guess this is really good practice for me then. Oh, she dead. I'm seeing people, but they're so fast. Everyone's there, and then all of a sudden they're dead. You know what I mean? Oh, let's not talk about that. No. Why? Oh god, I suck. Oh god, I suck. Oh god, I'm scared. Oh god. This is not doing anything for my ego. Bro, I couldn't even shoot her. She wasn't even moving. Oh, they saw me. Did I peek that? Oh, no fucking way. That's sick. Please, where are they? So much. I always die in this corner. It's just so fucking bad. Just be delusional like me. Sin, you're not delusional. What are you talking about? Bro. 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 I'm scared. I don't want to play anymore. Oh shit, his head got taken off. Yeah? I hear you. Come over here. I'm scared to peek because someone has a fucking op. I knew it. She was behind me. Little bitch. I'm gonna clip that. Clip what? What are you clipping? Be like me. Have your confidence on 100 all the time. I don't think I can do that. I'm a little wimp. Someone's gonna be behind me. I'm scared. This is the real scary game, guys. Not Madison. Bitch. I hate it here. I fucking hate it here. Please. Oh! Oh shit, that scared me. Like actually scared me. Who's shooting who? Who won that fight? Who won that fight? I don't know. I don't want to run. I'm too scared they're gonna hear me and then... I have 10 chicken nuggies at least. At least I have 10. I hear them. I heard your footsteps. They were very loud. Your toesies were so loud. Oh my god, someone's behind me, I swear. This is such a bad angle.
5 kills remaining.
Who has a big gun? Oh, I won those. I wins. I shot her toe. I shot her toe. I shot his toe too. Stop being a weenie. I cannot, dude. I cannot stop being a weenie. I'm so terrified. It's such a huge map, that's why. If it was a smaller map, I wouldn't be as terrified. I see you. No way! I hit her 40. At least I'm getting like a shot off. That's kind of nice. No, don't you dare. I have 13 health.
1 minute remaining.
I sprayed. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna win that. Okay. What am I missing? I haven't tried blueberry. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pin this chat up here. I'm pinning it. I need to lock docs. Oh wait, it didn't work. I know there's a way to make it so that the pop out stays on top. Wee boop 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 boop. Wee boop boop boop. Always on top. Okay. There you go. Now I have you guys here next to me. Okay, wait. Let me read. Okay. Lando!
Nuh-uh.
Nuh-uh?
Nuh-uh.
No. No? Oh.
Nuh-uh.
I'll invite tools. Okay. I woke up. Okay, oh my god. Sin, you really did that? Hold on. I have to mute because I have to read all of this. You want me to read this to you, Lando?
Yeah, she posted her sock color. That's all I read.
Oh wait, hold on.
I'll be chilling here.
What's up?
Too slow
What's
a
up?
video. I couldn't keep up with chat.
You can go to stream voice chat and we can pull you in. I'm streaming. Okay. I don't watch a bunch. Okay, wait. I read that. Do you know how much Detroit loves boxing? How much does Detroit love boxing? You're having sleep for dinner? I will go buy you something. I had Belvita cookies for breakfast. We have arenas, restaurants, and gyms named after boxers. You mean like the dog boxer dog? I'm just kidding. I woke up between Sin, first of all, 8:30 to 10 a.m. is crazy. So like you don't know exactly when you woke up. It's just in between those times. Could have been any time. And my socks are white.
That's the only part I read.
Well, a body did move. It was yours dropping. Wow. I need to see the 17 to 5 you're on before. What? The blueberry is my fave. What are you guys talking about? Oh, you're talking about the cookies. Kimpy, I noticed you're tap firing, but too fast to the point where you're just shooting slower for no benefits. You need to space out the clicks. How? Okay, wait. I need you to show me how. What is the space?
So you were clicking with the Vandal,
Mm-hmm.
like you were tap firing, but you were tap firing too fast. So you didn't wait for the first 3 bullets to be sent off before clicking again. And so you were just shooting normally with the same recoil, just slower.
You're gonna
Instead
have
of
to show
decreasing
me.
the recoil. I can show you. Once I have enough money. Unless, what are we playing? If it's not playing, never mind. Oh, it still stands.
I think you can still
told
show
you.
me, right? While we're playing.
Yes. It just will take 2 rounds.
Y'all heard it here first. Oh no, the baby talk again. I baby talk when I'm scared. I'm so sorry. Not actually sorry. Lando just talks like a baby all the time. You're in which from what I heard
We got the
you
alphabet
can't
on
sell.
our team.
But what if I back it up with lies? Sin. Oh shit. That's a cap. They're screaming that alphabet here. My watch is gonna die. I didn't charge it all the way. I charged it like 25%. Oops.
This man's saying he's gonna sell. Are we starting off great?
Red.
Web? We got our commentating job, Sally.
Well, then you fooled everyone to
We have our
believing it's true, which is
commentating
also
job. It's the one
impressive.
we want.
Many alarms. I go in and out of consciousness for about 1.5
Oh, you
hours.
agreed to
Oh
this.
my goodness. For me, it's once I roll out of bed, I'm up. But the problem is rolling out. Rolled out.
But it's our commentating job. We were hired for this. You can't be slacking.
Yeah, don't slack.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Slack all you want. What? What? What is that?
Bro, how did you get that loud without peeking your mic instantly? That's amazing.
Wait,
Let me
Brett.
see. I clicked on my browser and this is what I see, Lando.
Oh god, I need to know.
Wait, are you gonna share with the class or just Lando? Are you sharing with the class or just Lando?
Class.
I'll give you a detailed description. Realistic Patrick.
Wait, what? Oh, you
Listen.
guys are peeking hello on my stream.
I sent it to you.
Your mother? Holy shit.
Realistic Patrick.
New RGX Patrick.
Ew! Ew! Ew, what the fuck is that? Ew!
Do you see why I made a loud enough noise that peaked my microphone? Out of pure disgust and pain.
Bro, it's premium visuals without the purchase.
And then I get up 5 minutes,
I love
5
Opera
minute
for that one
times
reason.
until I get up.
You're fucking
And now I
troll.
lyric. Okay, sure, thank you for the lyric. Hey, bread. No, bread. Bad.
We
Bad.
have your mother on the team.
Have a lovely lurk.
Bad bread.
What I do?
This message.
Oh, I said that to the wrong person.
Bad bread. Bad.
I meant to send it to Lando.
Oh, sorry.
Oh
Was
my
it the mind
Thank you
wipe?
for the lyric, Joe. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for helping with my audio settings. Let me know if these two doofuses are too loud.
This fucking thing. Oh my god. Wait, where is
I
it?
think Lando
favorited
might be
it as
too loud.
well.
Hold
Where
on.
is it?
Lando, you're loud.
That sucks.
Wait. Okay. Should be good.
Where is it hidden, Bleb? Where do I find?
What are you
the
finding?
No, you can't be. No, Bleb, please.
Wait, Breb. Oh my god, you guys are so loud. What are you guys on about now?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Oh, jeez. Okay. Take your word
There you
for
go.
that
There you go,
one.
bud. There you go.
So you guys just take over my stream to just giggle all day? Like, is this what this is?
You know what we're looking at?
No, I don't actually. What the
Don't worry about it. It's peak comedy. Peak comedy. Don't worry about it. Oh wait, yo. I got you, bud.
Oh my gosh.
2 schmeckles.
You guys are crazy.
I'll give you that 2 FPS, bud. You love it?
Oh god, I need to not
Kimchi?
watch this. What?
Dog.
Oh, like you can hear Minnie? You can hear her? Yeah, it's Minnie.
How good of a girl is it?
I'll find you.
Very good.
Marked one.
I got one on C.
A woman?
So our Silva is gripping the air.
And your mother is.
We don't talk about it, Brad. We don't talk about it.
Oh,
Down. C.
I hit him 55.
I want to believe that tools kill do with that satchel. Sadly, it's not true.
Yeah, can't use this yet.
One enemy remaining.
Oh gosh.
I believe in him. He's got this. Easy dub.
Of course he's got this. Oh,
Good job. Good job. Good job. You got this. I believe. Did you
I'm
just tap out
scared.
there? What you just
I looked like it, right?
did? It was very fast to get back to the game. I gotta say.
Nice.
Our Sova
Let's
is dead.
go.
Completely dead. Gone to history.
So why
I
is the
was
tool
gonna yell
called?
at you, Breb, but you're
I
not in
don't
the
know.
For what?
game. Oh, for not the sheriff.
Give them commentating, but practice is practice.
Oh yeah, this is practice.
I can't see the team.
Over
Am I supposed to
there.
commentate?
Over there. Over there. But we got this. I believe you got the two of us. It's fine.
Alright.
That's enough.
Alright.
2 out of 4.
Are you even watching my stream? I bet you're not.
Yeah.
Are you?
I opened up Spotify. The playlist is 61 hours long. Where you made that playlist? Do you expect
Bruh,
61 hours worth of music to be
meh.
added?
I didn't think it was gonna have that many. Not gonna lie, that's a lot.
I was also playing Spider-Man. That's my excuse.
Oh no! No.
Is Tool trying to shoot through the...
No.
Last player standing.
Oh, easy
Well, you
ace.
hit all of them. You hit
Easy
all of them.
ace. He's got
Hit
this.
every single
Easy
one of them.
ace.
Tools, they're all low.
Well, now
My
they know
guy
where he's
pops.
at.
Dude, I got all of them in the body once. Send the boom bot. Aw.
Oh, I think he's just gonna sit. I don't think he's gonna go.
No, he's got this. I believe in him. He's easy though.
I was about to say I can't hear Kimchi stream. I realized that'd be the biggest mistake of my life.
What?
Turning on the sound of your stream.
Turning on what, my stream?
The sound of your stream.
Oh, why would you turn on the sound? Don't do that.
I don't know. I was gonna put like.
Wait, can you
Also-
redeem cringe?
That was the wrong. That's the wrong tab.
No, no, Kringe.
Is it just exclamation mark Kinge?
No, it's a channel point.
Oh. You didn't see that.
I saw that.
Delete it, quick web. Delete it.
My
Oh
problem.
wait,
gets
the
rid of my
audio
H.
didn't
What?
play. If you need help, Bread. Did you hear the audio at all?
He just starts vigorously blinking.
I don't know. I have it.
Damn it.
muted, 'cause myself.
I got read like a book.
No fucking way, he took down both of us. That was rough.
Oh shit!
Wait, what? Why not? Oh, don't punch me. Wait. Is my app broken? Let me
I
change
punched
that.
myself instead.
Did you really? That's unfortunate.
Someone's sponsor episode where they were Patrick's getting beaten up by him. And as a learner makes this slow, steady approach towards where the spike has been planted. 1v3 situation as a sage. Oh, no, my
3v3 situation. It was
3v3
originally
situation.
2.
Wait, the audio is gone.
Learn how to count.
One
Hmm.
enemy remaining.
As their breach
Why?
ignorantly pushes forward after his teammate gets brutally murdered. The spike is now planted behind the wall. A very interesting decision considering the fact that their race is now out of jumps. And
Oh,
that
are
is
you
another
practicing right
round
now?
win for the defenders.
Bro, I'm getting ores.
Wow.
As they're your
Wow.
lines away at the wall.
Last round before the switch.
Dude, that was the most successful mining trip I've had.
As they brought me a jar of kimchi, maybe you'll be lucky enough for them to see if you can do.
So what we do, right, bub, is we take the alt, we go find somebody, and then use every last bit of util I have.
That's a really good idea.
I know, right? I see other yours do it all the time. It's my turn now.
Your donut goal is 69.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but I found them. Banned myself.
You will not kill my ally.
Find you.
Oh my god, I tabbed out! No, I tabbed out! Damn,
Was
that
it worth it?
sucks.
You see, if you throw her eye and then start shooting above the
Yeah,
fucking Astra.
it's because my chat, I have it, need to reset my docs again.
Imagine being Lindo and not having a little guy that talks whenever you speak.
Wow.
Spike planted.
Wait, you want me to like
now I
close his
have
mouth?
to fix
Fortunately,
this.
yes.
Just draw a little line there. Like the
Which one
shittiest
is it?
unstraight line as possible. That was beautiful.
It's always your mother.
It's not playing on anything. What?
Switching sides.
Oh, you think Sage is pretty? There you go.
Why is it not playing on anything? Why? What is this bullshit? Oh, let me buy.
Sage is absolutely shocked.
robbed the stage. Jules is absolutely fucking robbed the stage. Oh my goodness.
Appalled.
Why is the sound not playing?
Oh, me.
Oh, that's why.
But I've been practicing my bunny hops. How they looking? Dang it, stupid. Sage.
They're bunnying.
Save. Okay, wait. What other commands did I make? Okay, there's this one. Oh
With
god,
Yep.
oh god.
Sage? With what?
Oh god, oh god.
Did you add a pain one?
No.
Dog, you
Good.
shot at that.
The man that got absolutely incinerated.
Wow. 3 men.
See?
Reloading.
I missed all my shots. I'm trash right now. Holy shit. That's crazy.
For you.
And go.
Know why you're trash?
Player standing.
Oh my
Spike
bruh.
down A.
Do you know why you're trash?
Hmm.
You don't got my share.
I know. What are you doing?
Waiting.
Waiting for?
Waiting.
For?
You know what?
Wait, hold on. If
You
I
know what?
play this, if I redeem this.
30 seconds left.
Wait, I wonder why it's doing this. It's so fucking weird. It's not playing any of my audio. What?
Bro. Where the f this bitch go? Yeah, where you go? You were right here, and then you go with the way back there. What the fuck?
Oh, something's not connecting. That's making me sad. Yeah? Why are you yelling at me? What is this? Why are you yelling at me? Stop yelling at me. Stop yelling at me. I didn't buy.
I've never seen it in person before. I've only ever done it.
Give me your
Oh my
gun.
god!
Is there any guns on the floor? No.
I need to stop
Yeah.
flashing. Gotta flash myself again.
Lando, give me your gun.
Ooh, fuck that. Sure, come here. Oh, never mind.
Spike down A.
Here you go.
Oh, thanks.
This is not the clip that I made.
Oh, damn it.
I want you to watch the clip,
What clip?
and it just started playing the clip that I made, and it just started playing your stream.
What?
I clicked play on the clip, and it's just your stream.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Oh my god.
30 seconds.
It's just Lando yelling at me.
62 fuck!
I kind of want to mute that and just clip it and make it like.
Also, change the name of that clip.
What is blood yapping about?
Change the name.
We can't. It's been made.
No.
What the fuck are you talking? Is this about me?
Yeah.
I feel entitled to know. What
the
is it?
audio's not playing. I'm so mad. I
Gimme,
need to
where
buy.
is it?
Holy shit! I need to buy. Holy
Gimme.
shit!
What was it, bud? Give me. Give me now.
That's in Kimchi chat.
I need the evidence. Oh crap! I need a.
There.
Hold the way over. I gotta do that after this. Dang it! Why are you so difficult? Ow! Ow!
Enemy spotted A.
Now, if you also pretend to be the clone.
All body out.
Where are you?
My ultimate is ready.
Mark one.
Fuck! I can't.
Why did you do
Lando,
this to
I
me?
can't. You're yelling too much.
Defenders win.
Dying over the fact I got a kill.
I have one. I have one kill. This is great. I love it here.
I'm sorry. I sent my clone and then walked behind it pretending to be the clone. And then it actually worked. So they shoot the clone first and they think you're the clone. That's the stupidest shit I've ever done.
Oh, that play?
You're just
I've
having
considered
like the
doing that.
time of your fucking
Dude,
life
it
right now, aren't you?
worked. I got a kill.
Go look at Kimchi chat.
Hold on, I can't hear my brain. I can't hear my own brain. I can't hear my own brain. I wanna be the one. I had to deafen. I had to clear comms in my brain real quick. Also, I don't know why the audio is not playing. I wanna be the one. Okay, so it is set on default, but I don't know why it doesn't want to play. I don't know.
I am both shield and
Okay, let me see. Let me go back. Let me try to fix it. So this one. Okay, let's try this real quick. So, oh no, that one's not set up, I think. This one's not set up yet. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know why it won't send the audio where I need it to be. Okay, so what is this one set to? It says default output. I wanna be the one who loves you all night. What is this one set to? Default output. Okay, like, then why the hell is it not playing? I wanna be the one. So default, save. Okay, wait, does the other ones play? Because I did hear the other ones. Yeah, they're playing. So then why the hell is this one not playing? Unless the file is in the wrong spot? That's the only other thing I can think of. Oh, fuck. It's really not playing it. Oh, it's so sad. Yeah, it's not playing it from the right place. Shit. Okay, which one's this one? Scream of Agony. Okay, this one. I had them from the wrong file location. And then pain. Okay, so this one should work now. So that one should work. And then this one. Let's see, this one should work. Yeah, that one should work fine. Let me see this one. Tell me, Mr. Valentine. That one should be fine. There's like 2 more that I have to fix. Someone like you for a minute. Sky's the limit. Are you with it, baby? Do you? If it's like a princess. Okay, that one should be fine too. Okay. I'm gonna try it again. It should work this time. I gotta find it. Oh my god, where is it? I fixed it.
And you proceeded to never mention the
don't
fact
look at the
that
reach of
tools
the
is gone.
Hmm?
Oh.
Tools left, right?
Yeah, he did pick.
What?
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
Do you see Breach's name?
What?
No, don't worry about it.
What?
Don't worry about it.
By the way, I was
What?
at work,
Yeah.
and this exact conversation happened between me and another person. It was a customer, and they went, you know, it's like, "How's your day?" and stuff like that. And they were like, "So how long are you? So when do you get off of work?" And I looked her dead in the eyes, and I went, 13 minutes ago. Which was true. My managers were busy, so no one told me to get off work.
Down. So you just stayed overtime. Wow.
It was because one of them marked me off but didn't tell me to leave.
They didn't tell you. They didn't shun you, Brad.
Because then I asked one of them if I could
They
leave, and they
kick
were
you
like,
out.
"What time do you leave?" And I was like, 7 o'clock. And he looked at the clock, and he just goes, "Get out of here." And then he goes over to the paper where it has everybody's name and like the time they get off. And he's like, "Someone marked you as already left."
You guys don't
I really
clock
hope that
out?
someone didn't mark themselves and they just marked you off. So
So
they're
they-
still actively at work.
So they're looking for someone right now.
Yeah.
And there's someone who's supposed to be there but isn't there.
Yep.
Oh,
I just really
Benny's
hope that's the case.
streaming. Oh, he's
Who's
in my
streaming?
head. Benny?
He also play Blast Roots.
Oh god.
Oh, thank you. Needed that.
Switch.
Switch.
Switch you?
Switch.
You know.
So when's your husband getting here?
Rob, you play
soon?
KO, but you know get Flash. You know Blind Team. What is
Lightning
this?
con la bla.
He just, I think he just got out of shower. Oh my god, body block Lando.
What? That was Breb.
That was you. You
Hey, guys.
No, it was you first.
You guys don't want to all get in a giant group hug on top of the box?
Bud, come here.
Site's clear.
Breach hit 30. Neon hit 30.
Oh, Bud behind you.
Nope, nuh-uh.
One enemy remaining.
She ain't there.
Facts, honestly. Never heard of him.
Oh, can I have some? Can I have a crumb?
You have 3 assists.
Yeah, just what I wanted.
What assists?
You know, I'll just have my clone plant spike, guys. It's fine.
about him?
He looks a little
Yeah,
funny.
come here. I can walk while doing this too. This is the best part. I'm gonna go terrify the enemy team. No, why'd you walk in with your knife out? What kind of ballsy play was that?
You were there. So it piqued me. I had trust that you were gonna kill him.
Brad, come here.
Free bully.
Brad.
Kimpy.
Neon hit 30.
What are they doing over there? Oh, that's what they're doing over there?
Strafing. Oh my eyes!
One enemy remaining.
Don't worry, they're dead. I saved you.
Behind you. Or fucking, what's your name?
That one.
Yeah, that one guy.
Yeah,
I heard his
yeah.
name.
I'm running.
That one
Oh,
fella.
my clone. No, my TP's gone. I was gonna teleport right into the spike. Fuck. My plan was ruined.
Imagine having ruined plans.
Bro, I gave you a button.
Give me 1 second. I'm too cold.
Whether it was on accident or on purpose, you have to decide. Hey, don't drop my present. What the fuck?
I'm so cold. I'm so cold. Why is it so cold?
You like that?
What the fuck is happening?
I got you.
Look at bro. Like a Bursky. Bro Chacho.
Damn, I suck. I hit her 102.
Fuck, 105? God damn it. I'm sorry, Wayne. Just took the spike and ran. Fucking there.
Where are they? Yep.
No, it's okay, Tools. Don't worry about it.
ATC.
Well, I don't
Deborah's
know.
dead.
I was busy trying to like fix my settings, so
Like, what did he say happened?
One enemy remaining.
I got an assist there, guys, while dead. She's about to ace.
he
Oh, damn, I
lied.
did not hear him, bro.
You would have aced.
That would have been my second.
This is a party chat, you fucking idiot.
Stop.
I'm playing the real chat. Go let them hear it.
I don't think.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's a delicacy. Can't be handed out for free.
Oh my god. They're supposed to be using channel points for those, Brad. Stop.
Like that actual chat. They have no
Yeah.
fucking
Trade.
content.
Trade. Trade.
Here,
Trade.
hang on, I will.
Trade.
Yeah, I gotta go find something.
It doesn't pass me down. That's hilarious.
You're welcome, Kimchi.
What? What did you do?
Did you?
Saved you.
What did I do?
Reach it 120.
Can I sneak past this? Yes, you can.
Oh my god, I can't hit any headshots right now, guys. I don't know what's wrong. I have to turn off the music.
Fuck, dude, I tried to use like the gun to take bullets.
Better gun. That's a lie. This is a much worse gun.
That's fucking horrible, dude.
Okay.
You're right.
Last player standing.
Oh, I didn't see him.
One enemy remaining.
Blank. Oh, I called out too early.
Damn.
I heard them toes.
But I heard the little.
No, I only heard one. She stopped really quick. Yeah, give us the win.
Oh my god.
But you feel like you're cool. They're going for the latest possible.
Oh, no, they just lost.
No.
Oh.
But we gotta learn how to
He
count.
accidentally sold that.
Switching sides.
Better start cackling.
Swear, bro.
Oh, Kippy?
You really just ran away from me.
Can I still yap with only 2 abilities?
Stop yelling at me, Lando.
You look like you're getting really angry and then you start yelling. Like, look at me.
It's like a whole scene.
Look like you start thinking about what you're gonna say next. Like you're.
I can't shoot anything right now. What the fuck's happening?
Like you can't shoot your gun.
I have 0.
Oh, sorry, I emptied out the gun bullets beforehand. That's my bad.
Fuck my aim shit, help! They're all B. They are all B. Took your knife, you get them all right here, calling it. Do it.
Oh.
Fuck, you didn't throw it far enough, that's your fault, not mine.
Spike planted.
Didn't hit Viper at all.
One enemy remaining.
Come here.
In the smoke.
Wibble, wibble, wibble.
He's antsy.
Can I hit the gritty real quick?
The gritty real quick.
I might have hit the gritty real quick.
I like how that gun literally does not have a barrel.
Which
I'm
gun?
so
Yours, your
done.
sheriff. It doesn't have a barrel, dude.
It does. It shoots out little like
What,
discs.
cards?
Like yeah, like discs. Like if you look at the gun, like come here.
There's no barrel.
No, look at the tip of the gun. It's like a the exit
Yeah, no,
hole.
yeah,
It's
no,
like
just hold still,
a
hold
straight.
still.
It's like a
Wait.
straight line.
Mo, I can't see you. Can't see.
Uh-oh, I'm lagging.
Let me check. Check.
What are you looking at?
The fucking gun, dog.
It sticks eye in bullet hole.
Did you just decoy? You better open that
Look what you
to
did to him. Look what you did to him.
Bro, when I broke the breach fucking looked at me and kept
You have a
walking.
specter? You have a specter?
I do.
Fuck. No,
I
Kimpy.
did.
Kimpy does. Easy. Look left.
Bro tried to.
No!
I hit her 106.
Why you spike on the A? What the fuck?
Bumpy dog.
2 words, asshole.
What?
Sorry, haul ass.
What? I was so confused.
Window. Wambo.
What?
Wambo. Wambo.
Why you still a baby?
Wah wah. Give me the window. Wah, wah, wah.
Wait, why are you mocking Lando?
Is Wando here? Wambo's here, not Wando. Someone call the Wambulance.
Good job, Web. Thank you for setting up the trap for me. How the hell did I not get blinded by that? What the fuck?
They're gonna think that I'm flanking them. Or they don't think at all.
Oh my god, Lando.
Don't worry about it, they're dead. My god, don't worry! No gritty hitting allowed.
Release me.
No gritty hitting allowed.
Match point.
Okay, buddy. Just
Cuffimpi.
Hmm?
Hi.
Look at this gun.
Did you just say cough and pee? What the fuck?
What? What?
I said Cuffimpi.
¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Dog, I totally heard cough and pee.
What's up, Leo? Thank you for the cookies. I appreciate you.
Oh my
Hang on,
goodness.
hang on. I get.
Oh!
Run back, hurry, run back, hurry! Oh my god.
No, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Seen and trust. Reb, sorry. I pre-apologized, okay? Miss.
Whoopsies.
Let's get this A stop.
Reb, watch out. Reb, run! I'm gonna need an escape plan. I don't know about you, Chief, but I'm going across the map if this goes down bad.
Your duty.
Help me, but I'm blind.
One enemy remaining.
Wow,
got you,
good
I got
job.
Jeez.
Jizzles.
Landing
Jizzles.
spot.
Leo!
You missed.
It's Leo! Leo! It's Leo!
Yo, Lando.
What's up?
Watch this.
Watching? Waiting for flashbang noise?
I'm so cold right now, the fuck?
Look what the breach does. He looks at me.
No, I got pulled out from the fucking match found. Wait, got zoom in. Wait, do it again.
Me. Hang on. By the way, hope you know.
You ace, I drop
Thank
a
you.
sub? What? Damn.
was
Leo's
very helpful, I agree with you
crazy. Leo's fucking crazy. Leo's got money.
I don't think at all. No, my Yoru's gone. How am I supposed to pull off stupid plays?
Oh my god. Relax.
Alright, guys, I got this.
We need an all smokes one day.
No, you have to get right, yeah.
We've already tried that.
It wasn't
No,
all
we didn't have
smokes. It
enough
was four
smokes.
smokes.
Yeah. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 5 smokes.
Leo, no! Leo! Leo, stop!
300 pound deep.
Leo,
Don't
thank
look
you,
below
I
that.
appreciate you.
Oh, what, gooey duck?
Line one Liu high pay line. One
Yeah.
Liu high pay line. One Liu high pay line. One Liu high pay.
Leo,
So
thank you,
Rochester?
appreciate you. Oh my god, I'm gonna mute
Charlotte?
them.
Neon's a very.
Oh gosh. No idea what they're saying. Bread, can you please remove your robot voice?
Yeah, sure. Let me remove it real
Thank
quick.
you. Oh my god, what the fuck? That was so fucking loud.
Bro, turned
You
into
guys
a
are
bug.
trolling my entire stream. I'm gonna end up just deafening.
Bro, turned into
I'm
a
gonna fucking deafen the
bug.
entire time. Oh my god. Somehow you guys turn into trolls once I turn stream on. I swear they don't act like this unless I'm streaming.
Yes, we do. Bro, don't
No, no,
we?
no.
Yeah, see? Breathe.
Not like
Yeah.
this.
Wait, bub, come here. Bub.
Brett, really? Okay, never
Oh,
mind.
okay. Come here. Come here.
Mhm.
Get away from the stage. I'm scared.
Mhm.
I don't like people. They're gonna steal our guns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lando. Go turn around.
Tuli.
The Yoru's looking at me. Oh, no.
Oh my god, I'm not watching that.
You hear this? Ready for this? Ready to hear what it sounds like?
Oh my god, I'm done. I can't. What the fuck are you guys doing?
Where are you? Mark one.
Spike down A.
Oh my god, bro. How?
Player standing. One enemy remaining.
So close. Leah, have you seen the game, the finals? How's my day been? Pretty good. Pretty good so far. How's yours? What'd you do today? It's open beta on Steam. It's insane. You can get access for free. Ooh. Ooh. What is it about? What's it about? I'll look at it right now. Ba-da-bum-bum. I'm scared.
I'll find you. No surprises.
Last player standing.
Enemy down.
Two behind.
Oh my god. 3v. Oh, it's that one. You just have to go try it. It's like TF2 mixed with Battlefield. Ooh, is that what you've been playing now?
I can't like awaken. You can feel.
What?
What?
Oh my god.
I learned how to do it. This is the whole reason why I played Dead by Daylight.
I just hit voice bot.
Team Fortress 2? Mmm.
I'll find you. Part 1. Eliminate. My ultimate is ready. War rage. Take hold. Spike planted. Ult barrier deployed.
That shit
what?
bounced. That shit
What kind of
bounced.
barrier?
It fucking bounced, okay?
No!
Last player standing.
No, I didn't get it off. Fuck, I was clicking so fast. Bro,
You gonna stream
you
after
should've
I go
seen-
shopping
you should've
tomorrow?
seen the
What are you
barrier.
gonna
It
go?
bounced.
What are you gonna go get? What are you going shopping for? This heart rate monitor is freaking me out.
For the switch.
It's freaking me out. Let's see. There you go. Yes, better. That's better.
Target spotted B. Part 1.
No!
Last player standing.
Not the top and bottom. That's crazy.
Did you hear my funny joke about stairs?
No?
Good.
Oh my
Hear it?
god.
Oh,
Oh yeah, bro, but say, you say. Sounds better. Sounds better if you say.
alright, so Lando said.
No
That's-
quotes.
Stairs were the hardest object known to man. And I proceeded to question him on that logic. And Mando's response was one of the worst things I've ever heard in my life. It was so fucking bad. There's no words to describe the absolute horror.
Oh, you have no clue. You have no clue.
I'll tell her after stream so she doesn't get banned.
Oh my god.
It's not actually that bad.
I can't shoot, guys.
I think
Behind
it's
you,
her.
Dad. Grab your bag and knife. Okay, never mind.
My head isn't there. I don't know. Why'd you let someone up there? Are you acoustic?
I wasn't here yet. Why is the sage running? Where are they going?
Where are they going?
Yo, you see them bunny hops? That was peak gaming right there.
Damn.
I like how they took so much time to aim on the neon. The neon would have died from one bullet to the body. I hit her 105.
Da-da-da, da-da. Why are there 2 clips of my stream already? Who the fuck clipped things?
I clipped. What is what you yapping about?
Oh my god, I'm gonna go change the name right now.
How is Tools still in queue for a Swift play? What the fuck?
Hmm?
It still registers him as in the party. He's not.
Wait, how? Glitched. Super glitched.
Lit. Yo, I got lineups? I'm kidding. For your
Oh my god.
What?
I can't change the name. I'm gonna have to just delete it.
I can't change the name either. Don't delete it.
I think you can. I'm pretty
Can I?
sure you can. Oh, it might be after I stream. It should be. Oh. Oh god. Tools, you gotta wait.
It's like an edit button.
Yeah, there should be an edit button.
Where?
I'll whisper to Tools that he was added to the party.
I don't know.
Okay, for some reason, whenever you finish the clip, I don't know if it's just me or not, but whenever I finish the clip and then I press restart, it takes me back to the original 1 minute 30-second clip. Or however long it is when you
What?
first
That's
click something.
weird.
No, yeah, like it starts with Sage dying.
Hmm.
5th level gamer, we're screwed. They're on the 5th level. How are we supposed to win?
I go to your clips channel.
It's 77? Unless I'm looking at something else. No. Go to go to video producer.
Oh, I go.
Kimpy, I think I found somebody who's going to redeem your chicken nuggets. Look at our Viper's name.
Oh, minions.
I want to be a producer.
Go to video producer and then go to clips. And then clips I've created. Yes.
And then go to depression.
And then go to update clip title.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Is oh yeah a good name? Oh yeah.
Sure.
There you go.
Don't tell anyone, especially Joe. I had candy. I couldn't resist.
Treason.
I couldn't resist. I needed candy.
What? I thought you did, Viper. What, bud? Wait, what you laughing at? Eh?
Do you see what I'm laughing at?
Oh my god. Stop yelling at him.
No, don't look at her chat.
Oh my. Thank you,
She
babe.
got candy. Nice.
I got food. He's lurking. He's not understanding anything you're saying.
Gimpy.
Oh, the food's too hot.
Gimpy.
Yeah?
By
Oh, fuck.
Spider-Man.
I don't have a PS5. Yeah, let me go buy a PS5 and...
Already?
Oh!
I already told you.
the orb, man.
I already told you, whenever you come here to pick up the dog, I'll let you use the PS5.
Why are we dropping like fucking flies here, guys? Can we play game? I would like to play game.
I wasn't told to win. I wasn't told to win.
Okay,
That was a fucking mean-ass
yeah.
combo.
Easy ace.
I hit chamber 55.
Bro, pick them up. They set up. There were two in sewers, one on the other side of the box, one in front of the box, and one in mid-mail. They fucking prepared for you.
Alright guys, I'm losing this 1v1 against my fucking husband now. This is great. I have 0 aim.
When is he gonna get
but you
online?
have good confidence. That's all that matters.
Soon. He's sitting. He's ready to play.
Oh.
So pretty soon, actually.
And just they began to push down. They began to push down A site, unknown where the defenders are. Oh, and they find chamber on screens. As I absolutely juggle the fucking. Let's go. Dead the combo. I'll do it. Beat the fuck out of that guy.
Fuck! There's two there.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I hate the name Jiggle Peak.
Or just jiggle peek back.
I just call it Rapid Fire Peak.
I'm gonna set up again. Just wall it off.
Oh fuck!
Oh, no, you lifted them up. No.
Can't use this yet.
Oh fuck.
No, that's crazy.
Maybe I shouldn't have a spike. I think this is our issue.
Gimme a man after midnight. Won't somebody help me take the shadows away?
That's what he's singing right now.
I was gonna say give me the spike, but I said it 3 times.
What do you mean you said it 3 times?
I said gimme 3 times.
Oh. I don't know where that was for and why.
It's for whoever's gonna be up there, obviously.
Yep. Totally.
Calculate.
They're behind the box. No, they're not. I lied. I deceived you.
They.
One out ropes. Care.
Hey, I threw a molly down there. Oh my god.
I blinded you on purpose.
Honestly, just go plant.
You have spike? You have spike, bro? What are you doing? Why are you ego peeking with spike?
Where's she going?
Your tactics failed.
Oh god. That was so fucking loud.
Yo, I have 0. I'm a support player actually. Fuck, I have 0. Bueno, oh, bro. Oh, it looks like we're going.
Ah!
Oh, sorry. I moved the mic a little bit closer.
No, that was the dog bark.
Web, you stole my Astra kill. That shit was mine.
Yeah?
Hugs.
Yes.
Hug.
Yo, help.
Hug.
I
Hug.
just got fucking
Oh my
bullied.
gosh.
Don't-
Okay.
don't go
Oh
there,
my
bro.
goodness.
Do
Oh.
not. Do fucking not.
He's right there. The spike's there. He's looking at me. Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
Ah.
We vibe.
Does that count as hugs?
No. They're on site. Nope.
117 heaven.
It's on site. I'm gonna wait for the wall to drop. Keep shaking by the wall. They smoked off site for us.
Plant. Nice. Free cash.
Switching sides.
Yeah. Wait. Hey, Sin. Fred?
No, but I'm gonna need you over here, right? I need you. I need you for this stupid ass play to work. Bub, come here.
I wonder how fast you can
Come
say bread.
You happy with that? So the play is actually I just walk faster than the clone. I got one! Yes, I got one! Oh my god, I got
You're so happy.
Yes, I am.
Bread's gone.
It was not supposed to work. I was supposed to die so fast. It was not supposed to work by any means.
You're throwing?
But I
He's
didn't even
back.
take fall damage.
Last player standing.
Levington, you got this. Easy 2v1. It's B. Astra is unknown. Gecko is unknown. You seem to have found the Astra. But I need you now for this play to work again.
He's not responding.
Yeah, what's up?
I accidentally turned my headset volume all the way down and thought my headset died.
Get over here, bub. I need you. Bubba, hurry. Bubba, hurry. Fuck. No, you ruined it. No, you ruined it.
No, I'm right here. Oh, you're doing that move. I love doing that.
I got one last time and I wasn't supposed to.
Well, I've
They
actually
are
done
hard,
this.
eh?
I was playing with like a pro player one time and I got him. Because what I did was I walked forward and turned around and activated the clone after that.
One enemy remaining. Spike down.
Oh, what? How do I not hit
What?
Standing.
He just dropped his gun and revealed his location. Yeah.
Wow.
Should not have picked up the sheriff. I don't know why he did.
Match point.
He would have had that. The chamber is looking the other fucking direction.
Well,
Leb, get over here. Leb,
Mm-hmm.
thank you.
Yeah,
So
you
I
wanna
was
talk
looking
about it?
down when I placed this, so I don't know where this is gonna go.
Forward.
Here.
No, I was gonna go back and use my. Oh fuck. See, Brad, that's how the play's supposed to work. That was the worst watch.
Distraction.
Nice.
It worked. I mean, good distraction.
We did it.
Hip hip.
I have my ult now. I'm the only one with my ult
Hooray.
now.
Thank you, Kimpy. I appreciate you finishing it because Wendo would never do such a thing.
I've never heard you baby talk.
It's okay. No, I'm doing Wendo job now.
Oh, okay.
It's good.
I'm gonna go first.
What are you guys on about?
What is Politicus yapping about?
Spike planted.
Just go in there and knife her.
Sorry, the clone's got the defuse.
I got her.
Oh, look.
I got her.
Oh, God, guys.
What?
Sudden death.
Oh, I didn't get to keep it.
What we get?
It was the dragon vandal thingy.
Brev, you don't know how fast I just bought to get over here. Dog, I was done buying in less than a second. That was the fastest I think I've ever bought.
After this game, Kimpy 1v1 husband.
Husbando?
No,
Mhm.
lightning with the bland blams.
Mhm.
Are you limiting yourselves to one gun in particular, or
Based
you
on the
running
fact
random?
that you said husbando, that implies that you add ando to the end of every single word.
It
So
is.
does that mean your name is actually just L?
Yes.
Risk taking L's automatically by birth.
Fuck, 148 on the Reyna, dude. She can't even full kill off of that.
Oh, I got double peeked.
Just wait, the Viper's got the most epic flank you'll ever see.
I don't consider the following.
Ah!
No, don't you dare send that to me right now. Sorry, she better put her back.
Ooh, ooh.
No,
Close
that
enough,
was
close enough.
surprise.
Gecko jump scare. I was lightning with the blam blams.
Hold on.
Lightning with the blam bam. Lightning
Oh,
with
I'm
the
gonna-
bam bams.
I'll be right back. 2 schmeckins.
Shoe smackins. Oh, so how's the commentary gonna work?
Hold on. Let me set up the thing, and then I'm gonna split the audio.
Can you auto balance this? Oh, you have to wait for your husband to get here to auto balance.
Go to observers. Thank you.
Bando. Oh shit, I thought you guys were doing like a
Hmm?
one more game v1. Y'all are doing a deathmatch 1v1. But skill on this one. Bando!
Wait, should we just do a standard? But we don't want to plant. That's the thing. So deathmatch, right? Right?
1v1 just deathmatch, yeah.
Okay.
Keep
Alright.
banging with the lambs.
I'm gonna set your guys' audio to play on stream, but it won't play through my headphones. Let me.
That means lightning has to mute us.
Yeah.
Together
Well-
we can't hear.
Well, I told him that you guys were commentating, so babe, they're gonna dox all my moves, so just
Let's
let
hope
you
that
know.
you can't hear.
You're gonna be doing the most random.
Yeah, you can
talk
just
at
deafen
first.
if you
It'll be
want.
the most random
Okay.
conversation.
Oh, you didn't have to leave. Okay, I can't hear you guys now, but you can hear me.
Hello,
Stream can hear you. I can't hear you guys at all.
Alright, but let's start talking about chicken, right?
Got it?
Kimchi's the best streamer of all
Oh
time.
my god, you guys are peeking the fucking mic. Who was just talking just now? Was that Lando? I have a feeling it's Lando.
Who doesn't love chicken?
I know,
Oh fuck,
right?
who's
Like,
talking?
This is
Oh
the
wait.
perfect conversation for this topic that we are on.
Yeah, chicken's the best.
I have no idea who's
Have
talking.
you ever had like a chimkin sandwich?
I can't tell.
Wow.
Okay, do you want my
every time
audio or should I mute
sing-
myself? Type in chat, because I have no idea. Type in the Vala chat.
Got you.
No? Okay. Alright guys, I'm 1v1ing my husband. Wait, why'd you leave the party? Oh, it froze? What?
This is already
Lost.
going great. Already
Lost.
technical issues, dude.
We've lost Mickens.
Technical
Not
difficulties?
Mickey. That's where I got the
I
idea
can't
for
tell who's
chicken
speaking
talk.
the mic.
Mickey.
Oh, it's bread, for sure.
Just me picking the mic.
Okay. I think that's good.
It's every time she said who's picking the mic, it was you.
Wait. I can check by listening to them if one of their audios is crazier than the other.
Great.
I mean, you are deafening me right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Here, I can move my mic a little further. Right here, 2 seconds.
No, I already turned you down. No, wait, Lando. No, wait, no,
There
Lando.
we go. Fixed. Should be a little better.
It's so much better. Oh my god, holy shit. Okay, now I'm not gonna listen to the conversation. Because I'm trying to figure out why the audio kept peaking, and I couldn't figure out if it was you or Brad.
It was
Brad,
both.
can you talk?
No.
Oh,
Thank you,
it,
man.
it's definitely not Brad, it's definitely Lando. Okay.
Well, he distanced himself from the mic. We're fine.
Okay.
Bro, I be
Okay,
social
I don't hear you guys
distancing.
anymore. Yeah, so
Okay.
I have
Gonna social
Discord
distance.
audio going to my PC speaker.
Let's go. Easy
Um,
dub, bud.
Why does
do
it say that he's in the game with us? It's glitched, huh?
Probably.
Oh, it's updating. Oh, fuck. Okay, well, I get to finish my food while it updates, so
We'll be
that's
here
kind of
for a
nice.
minute.
I kind of have to use
Alright,
the restroom
man.
too,
I
so I'll be
say
right
we
back.
go and talk about Roblox.
I'll be right back.
My waifu for waifu? No, I don't think you need the adcom part.
Oh, that's the wrong seat. I need a color correction. Bitch. I don't have a Hold it. Hold it.
That's how lonely I am.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Oh, nice. Okay, so we can oh, no! Mina!
Let's play karaoke.
No, I'm not doing that, Ballsy.
Not you. You'll get. You'll have to actually cosplay.
I expect Namu to. Somebody click this, okay? I expect Namu to send me a happy birthday video that I can play on stream.
It's consider following.
He's
Oh!
almost back. I think.
What the cringe green? Oh my god, what the fuck am I opening, bro?
I don't know.
Cringy cringe on
I
Instagram.
don't know
Oh
what's
god.
happening anymore.
Oh.
Anyways, we're gonna
Is this
1v1.
a
You guys
fucking
have seen that
eco?
my aim is ass. So
Wait, God, mute it.
we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. I don't know why I'm so fucking slow. What are they saying? I have no idea what they're saying.
Literally had to pretend my Wi-Fi cut out and go off.
I really should.
One, two, three, four.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah,
5,
scroll
6.
into like the sixth comment.
The sixth
And it's just like me for
comment,
real.
and it's like you, girl.
Sixth comment.
What are you guys talking about
Oh
on
God,
my
don't worry about
stream?
it.
No, the sixth.
Don't worry about it.
You guys
worry
know
about
it's on my stream, right?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Don't worry
I
about it.
Go ahead.
Okay. Is this counting the owners or no?
Hmm.
Okay, so the first one I see
Alright,
is
bye.
I blank myself. Why she
Please,
sound like that?
please don't say
OMG?
anything bad.
This
No,
was
no, it's
going-
I can hear you
different.
guys, okay?
Here, let me copy and paste it.
All right, we're starting.
No, here, I'm sending it to you. There you go. That's the sixth comment
Holy
for my
shit, I need
video.
background music.
Go-
Ow! I just stabbed my tongue with a fork. What the fuck?
You trying to eat your toe? What the fuck? Okay, so we have Harbor versus Breach here. This is very interesting matchup.
This is a very interesting matchup. This is one of the most interesting matchups I've seen.
I know. Wow, this is very
Oh, and they
interesting.
spawn right next to each other. This is gonna be an interesting startup.
It better not. It really put us in the same spot.
It did. She's so right.
Wait, I don't
Alright,
know what the
so-
score is up to.
Kimchi,
Oh,
Why
fuck.
is it like this? Like,
Kimchi and Mickens
Are you winning,
making their
son?
ways around.
I don't know. I'm playing my husband.
Mickens is currently looking at the ground.
Yes.
This is gonna take
Kimchi.
forever.
They better peek around the corner to each other. Kimchi's not ready.
Oh, he looked away. Mickens looked away. Then when you
Valorant.
guys say to that, bro, just looked away.
The Valorant timing on that one is crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, switch of guns, bro by the Guardian.
That's crazy.
This is so. I have no idea how many kills we're supposed to go up to.
As the cursors are 400% different, this looks amazing to switch between.
Is there a smaller map that we could do this on?
There's a lot of
As
smaller
they
maps.
slowly walk away from each other.
Yes, they're making distance. They're both shift walking, it appears. Which
And
is
the
a very
one
odd
with the-
choice for a deathmatch.
It is, yeah.
They should be playing
So
this
we
as if
know
it's
one
a
viewer.
horror game. Mickens making his way towards Kimchi, continuing to shift walk. And
This
because
is
of that,
scary for some reason.
they are not exactly
I don't know why
scared.
this is so scary. Also, my heart rate monitor. Oh my god, let me turn that off. It's not even accurate right now.
Okay, so looking at this, we
Where is
see
it? Oh, there.
Mickens running at Kimchi as she fixes her heart monitor, probably knowing that she's there.
Yep. And ooh, and that goes
Ooh,
crazy.
Good kill, good kill.
Mickens gets the heal, and they're across the map from each other.
Oh, that nice little rubber band off the fucking zip line for no reason.
Ooh, they might meet each other real quick. That'd be a real quick
That was
matchup right here.
terrifying.
Mickens turns the corner,
Actually
Kimchi starts pushing
terrifying.
up upon him, and they're gonna interact. And They both whiff full clips. And Mickens with the final kill. That's a beautiful shot.
Oh my goodness, this is beautiful.
This is very
Watching
beautiful.
as they both missed 112 bullets and the other
I'm
6
scared.
mid reload as he misses her head.
What
4
gun
times.
is he using? I have no idea.
And then Mickens begins to turn his corners. Oh, they're gonna meet around again. Kimchi starts pushing. Mickens is turning the corner. Ooh, and the headshot.
He's using a fucking Guardian, and I'm using.
Kimchi switches to the Vandal.
That's
They
a very
gotta
good.
amp up a little bit.
It's a pretty good choice. And they might meet up again, as he's crouch walking through mid, and she begins pushing through B.
Mickens is a little low because he didn't grab the heal.
Where did he go?
They're about to be.
Fuck my life. He's scared
He
the shit
one
out of
taps
me.
again.
He
He is crazy with the Guardian.
You're not wrong.
This is way harder than.
He's watching a singular angle
just
as
playing.
Kimchi almost completely goes behind him. Oh, correction. She is going behind him.
She will possibly
I
run
really
into
wish
the
my
angle
heart rate
that he
monitor
is
was on right
holding.
now.
She's currently complaining about the heart rate.
Did he
monitor.
hang
She
anything
is
here?
trying-
He must
She
have
what?
moved, right?
No, he
Right,
did not
guys?
move.
Right?
Funnily enough, he did not. He's still in that
He's
same
starting
position.
to move again, looking down mid. As
He
Kimchi
seems-
is running away towards B.
He seems
This is
trying
gonna
to
take
understand.
forever, though. I don't think I set a score.
He's watching B. She's going towards A.
I'm
He's,
pretty sure the amount of kills they need is 60, so...
I think it's 40. I don't know. He's going along. She's going up the zip as he moves down from the platform and is going down B. They're rotating away from each other, shockingly. They're doing circles around the map, chasing each other
I'm
slowly.
wondering if I just stay still, if he'll come find me
Kimchi's
instead.
depriving a new strategy, you know?
She is discovering that if she sits still, she'll find them. They're making their way towards each other. Kimchi keeps going towards B, of
Very
which she does.
slowly, may we add.
She finally, lightning unshifts. Ooh, and they almost interact. If Kimchi looks down here, she's gonna get him.
Oh,
Oh,
do you know
and
where
she
he
saw him.
is?
She saw
He
him.
knows where he is.
She pulled out the knife too. She's about to. Oh, when he moved. Oh, the
We gotta
timing
find
goes
knife, though.
crazy. The knife goes. This is gonna be crazy. This is gonna
What?
be an atrocious play. Oh my god, they were so close. They were mere feet. Kimchi saw him.
What?
He has
Has
no clue.
lost him completely. Has no clue where he was, although he definitely
How are
did
we
not
able
see
to
her.
find each other so fast, and then now we can't find each other at all?
It's because they're both looking.
Slowly walk away from each other.
This is nerve-wracking to see. You know, they get so close at such random, inserts of time.
It's a fucking game of tag at this point.
That's exactly
I
what
guess
it
it would
is.
be easier if we had a smaller map too.
Oh,
And here they are on one of the most.
It's funny because he could literally turn around and just like screen snipe me, you know?
He could do
It's
that.
like right there.
Kimchi could also just unmute. Kimchi could also just like unmute
Oh my
us.
god. Somebody give me a hint.
Just go in team chat.
You want
say
a hint?
7. Just say
You're,
mid. They'll
you're
both
on
go
the
mid.
map.
Just say mid. They'll both be confused and think
She
the other
has
one
been
is
muted.
mid.
We could totally cheat for him, but I mean,
This is tiring. I can't keep living life on the edge like this.
oh, he's going down B.
Oh,
If she
he's like-
pushes up A or goes
He's
through
like
mid, it
texting.
really depends. Oh, she goes to B.
He's going
Oh.
I
fast
think
now,
we
he
should
doesn't
establish
care.
some rules.
Oh, he shot. She heard it. She goes towards it. He's going through A, but she is reaching her way towards her. The difference is he's walking normally and
Oh,
she is
playing
shift
mind
walking
games.
slowly.
So he's slowly escaping her.
There's
Kimchi
no way
approaching him
she-
from behind. This is getting a little more.
Oh my
interesting.
god.
Oh, she unshift walks. She's running. She heard him. At this point, you should pull out the knife. You know where he is. Ooh, he's circling back. He goes through A.
Oh, first
Oh.
interaction in a while.
Oh.
Oh my
he
god,
turns
where did he
around.
go?
He's right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Holy
so
shit.
close.
Kimchi's
So.
third
That
kill,
took 4
nice,
fucking
nice.
ever.
Oh, and they're about to meet again. About to be instant. Oh, the
Oh.
headshot.
Tied now. We're tied up.
They're both heading down to B. We might get another instance of meeting really quick.
The cones are crossing on the maps.
This is really
Gonna be a quick
close.
meetup.
Oh,
Guys,
she's gonna.
just letting you know I can't hear my commentators.
Oh,
Yes, he was watching the
5
off
minutes
angle. That was
over.
crazy.
I have no idea what the fuck they're saying right
Kimchi
now.
winning.
That is insane. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait,
Alright, time for a
actually,
random talk about
babe,
beef.
do you want to just keep it to B site?
Oh, and they're about to meet again, really quickly. Oh my God, she
Oh.
just shoots him relentlessly.
I would
There's-
advise a change of gun from Mickens. Oh, he does.
does.
He changes to the Spectre.
He seems to know that this map, with its quick turns and the short distances, that the Spectre is just
Oh, I
the
guess
better
the timer
gun.
is a good end time
It
for that.
is, it is. Especially because you can run and gun with it against Kimpy, who doesn't know how to aim correctly after the first bullet.
Yes. As is the average Valorant player. This is one of the only FPS games that she actually plays, and he runs past her,
Oh my
having
goodness.
no clue,
Oh my
and she's gonna peek him from behind.
Dude,
Oh
that
my
was so
God.
like the Benny Hill theme where they were avoiding each other.
Oh.
Ugh.
That was perfect Benny Hill theme right there.
30 seconds, I didn't even get 10 chicken nuggets.
Gimpy is currently winning. but
Granted, most of the
complaining that she
time was
doesn't have
us trying to
more
like look at each
kills.
other.
Kimchi is really going towards.
Ray
Might be-
switches to the Guardian. Interesting.
That's an interesting choice. He seems to be
10
attracting her. In an attempt to get one last ditch effort of
Oh
a
fuck, I
kill,
missed.
he might get it if they just
Where
go
are
to
you?
meet again. Oh, and that's saved by the bell for Kimchi.
Oh!
The headshot.
Best commentators?
Oh
Oh,
my
my
goodness.
god.
That is absolutely
way.
insane. I
Okay,
have no
wait,
idea
hold
what
on.
that
Let
is.
me
You're gonna
ask.
answer to the fans. Thank you.
Uh,
Thank you.
Let's do a rematch?
I thank you to the
Let's do a
fans.
rematch.
Rashinka and Lion, I really do appreciate the support you guys are all showing us. It means a lot to me and Lando.
Brevin is fucking announcer voice.
Okay, he said down. Which map? Which map?
Let me think. What's one of the
Leo,
smallest
Rashinka,
maps?
Do
Which map?
Lotus and then stick to one of the sides because you can really easily do that.
That's true. Lotus. Is a
Commentators
almost
can
complete
commentate on
split
that, but
down
I
the
can't hear them.
middle.
They'd have to type it.
Hey, compete. Oh.
I think she beat us.
Lotus
She did.
A site?
She did.
That's coming from Lando though. I'm just kidding.
We both agreed on
Can we
this.
do Lotus A site?
Lotus A site works because it's a very long site to stick to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you go for like all of A
I don't know
main
Valorant
through
like that. I
A
don't know it
site,
either.
oh, we get a
I
look
just
at
be
this
playing.
beautiful select
the game.
agent select screen. Oh,
That's
we
not
don't get it.
Kimpy is Cypher.
This is hilarious. All right.
I'm gonna tell him pistols only.
Oh, pistols only. Kimchi's sticking to
Ooh,
her
interesting.
advantage.
Oh, Mickens gonna get first kill in the warm up.
Oh my god, I hear him right next to me. he,
Okay.
If he doesn't do pistols only, I swear to God.
I hate to break it to her.
Let's see if they caught
But
on.
he's
if they
not
will
going
always spawn in the
pistols
same
only.
spot. Oh, I think he's fixing it. There we go. Yeah, he's fixing it.
Oh, and he makes
heard
noise, and she hears it. And he gets the
Oh,
first
my
blood of the game.
He loses because of
He's
the
gonna try to go through here, I
crouch. Oh
think.
no.
He's gonna
Maybe
break
you'll
the
be
door,
peekaboo?
not
He's
knowing
giving
that she
up.
is right there.
He's literally given up on the
And
door.
she breaks it, and he heard it.
I'm scared.
Oh, Kimpy might walk backwards into him.
Oh, he's gonna be making noise. She's gonna hear it. She's
Oh
just
my
like,
God,
oh
I can't
shit.
tell where the noise is
Not
coming
hear
from.
it.
Oh, he saw that. Oh, no, he didn't.
Didn't
He has no
see
clue.
it.
He has
Doesn't
no
know that
clue.
she's
Where'd
on
he
the
go?
flank. We're on inside the game.
They're so, it's so close. They are so
This song
close
is
to
tripping me
each
out.
other.
Oh my
Mir-
god. No,
and
no,
she's-
Oh my.
They crossed
Illumi.
each other.
Illumi? Have a lovely lurk.
Let's
And Lightning gets
The
it.
Louis cost me that, I swear to you guys. Oh my
And then
god. she
Fatal
cost me.
Kimchi peeks down main.
job,
She's
Louis.
gonna see Lightning.
50 HP on it
Mickens
currently.
barely survives. He's one
Trying
tap.
to Phoenix Flash, it looked like.
Oh my god, yes, you did cost me that.
1-2 right now from Kimchi and her
Unfortunately.
dearly beloved. Mickens makes his way towards main. Shift walks this time, knowing that Kimchi listens very well.
Unfortunate.
Kimchi apparently.
Kimchi seems to be looking in
Oh
his
my God,
direction,
he can-
might catch
he
him
can
off
literally-
guard.
Oh no, barely misses. If he goes through here, they're gonna see each other
No! I'm
Mickens with the win
trash.
again.
again. And outplayed, and she's gonna peek him.
Nice, Kimchi with the second. We're
The
saying
lucky-
3-2, keeping it close.
The lucky spawn from there
So
is
scary.
That was
absolutely. That was a really lucky spawn. Because he was not going to be expecting her to be in tree without the door opening.
Very true, very true.
Is it
Oh,
1v1
that
time?
having
Yeah.
the contact here.
Oh, fuck!
Oh,
Contacting
that was
Kim
cool.
in Kimchi's name.
Yeah, I'm
bullets on the
1v1ing my husband right now.
Since
It was
Kimchi's
7
got the
and 4
shift,
last time, but we had to
her
lay down
one
some
strength
rules,
is
so we're
holding
doing,
angles.
Lotus A site only. Can you even go
She
up this?
doesn't seem to be
Was that fake?
doing.
Okay, I guess not.
Seems
only
to be
down.
exploring a little bit.
That's very interesting to have added that.
Her strength is
Oh my!
utilizing these
83 is
corners.
being sus AF.
She
Why are
appears
you
to be
being
getting
sus
freaked
right now,
out
Louis?
by
Louis
the
is gonna throw
sound.
me off. I swear.
And she was not looking at her at Mickens with the peak.
Log's backwards.
Like my
What
life,
are you
I'm
doing?
so scared. If only
Kimchi
Brent
and
was
Mickens.
streaming this, it'd be hella funny. Oh shit, I have to walk hella
I should do that. I should go live. So that, they can get, the
You
So you guys can see
spectators.
both POVs? That'd be
Watch
fucking
versus comment.
hilarious.
Alright, let me-
Where's Kimchi
Alright.
going?
You can see Kimchi and Mickens playing each other. Mickens is holding A.
I
I don't know why I'm
Kimchi
so
makes it
scared. I wish my heart monitor was on. I'm fucking
I'm
terrified.
probably gonna go
right now.
live.
I don't know where he is. Is this still considered A site? No, right? This is off. Okay, just double checking.
Mickens
He doesn't even
crouch
play this
holding
game,
an
guys.
angle.
Do you know how mad this makes me? He's
Me.
up one.
Holy
Ooh,
shit.
Kimchi barely
living
survives.
Oh my god.
That was so cool. Ooh, about to meet right here. Nice. Mickens wins that one though. Keeping it real close still.
Put it in squad mode? No, I'm
Mickens might be
1v1ing my
caught with his
husband.
back turned. Oh, barely avoids it too. Wow, this is getting really interesting.
Who's next? Who's next? Kimchi is playing a horror game.
Barely
Honestly, I
avoided
wish my
getting
heart
his
monitor
back
was on. It'd be
popped.
fucking crazy. But my watch died. I'm aiming so low. Holy shit.
Goodness. No shot. They
That
just
is
both had their backs
atrocious.
turned to each other.
Where the fuck?
absolutely crazy.
I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
Dude, they literally turned their backs towards each other and basically walked backwards.
Yes, it was. That was crazy. I'm gonna go live real quick.
That
Where is
was
he?
fucking stupid.
Where the fuck did he go? Did he venture off?
About to
Like,
meet
what the
here in
fuck?
heaven. Oh, he's seen her. Kimpi hears the thud.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, she accounted for the crouch this time. We have a tied game here.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Three and a half more minutes of this bullshit. Yeah? That's crazy.
Mickens, as he makes his way over to A, probably gonna go heaven
Oh
again.
fuck, my phone just went off.
Kimpi is watching heaven this
No!
time.
Bloomy. Bloomy, fucking stop. I'm already scared.
And now we are live.
Brad, I would like to have you know that you set off Kimchi's phone with your notification.
Have a lovely lurk.
That is crazy. I'm not
Why am I so
gonna lie.
tense? Why am I so tense?
Let me
Why am I so
quickly
tense?
fix that. I can't change the fucking title on this, so I have to go
What the
live.
fuck?
Then I have to go to my fucking
I'm so scared.
Twitch account. It's so annoying.
Ah! No way! No way! Hit him 110!
Caught another
No fucking
fight.
way!
He
Bro, I'm
wins
going the wrong
it.
way. Okay, thank
That
you
is
for the like, I really
crazy.
appreciate it.
Alright. Minute stream.
Mickens in tree right now with Kimchi going through door.
Oh my god. Ew. I'm so fucking terrified right now. I'm
Alright.
so scared. What?
Ooh, Mickens got the kill on Kimchi
What?
again.
That
With
is
a
crazy.
7-5, 2-point lead.
My heart is beating so fucking fast. There's no fucking way. There's no
As he fails to climb zip line twice. Is he running
Oh,
guns
God.
and they both miss their entire mag? Oh, get.
Why was he shooting
with
so
a nice
fast?
little one
Please,
tap to the tummy.
please. I'm scared. What do I do?
Network and high
He
ping,
has
dude.
one kill more than I do.
California servers.
I'm so scared.
We could be in California servers. That would make a lot of sense. We're watching
What if I just sit here?
I think we are.
What if
this
I just
crazy
sit here?
event.
How do you
And, like,
crazy
don't
events
move.
that take place.
How do you tweak it?
Oh
Um,
shit.
Give me tutorial. Kimchi pulling forward again. We got 6-7.
No fucking way, bro.
Oh, he pulls again. 2 points
I
ahead
hate
once
it
again
here.
with the 8 steer.
No fucking
gonna
way. Where am I
drop-
going?
An ad in Kimchi's chat. I hope she
Oh
doesn't.
god.
Action Punch can't tell her.
Okay. We're okay. It's okay.
Now
Bro,
watch
fucking jump
as
scare,
Kimchi
dude.
approaches while he sits in tree.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Oh, he's about to see her if he holds that angle.
30 seconds
Ooh,
left.
if he peeks again.
Wait,
And
how
with the
many bullets do I have to
advantage.
put in you?
Kimchi
What
missing
is
her
this bullshit?
shots.
Mmm.
Now still has 2 points over
Trash.
Kimchi. 9-7.
I would lie for you. No, you don't have to. I was just kidding.
Alright. So
There's
we
only
watch as
13 seconds.
Mickens makes the approach on Kimchi. Ooh,
Where
he
are
saw
you?
her.
Where are you?
She didn't see him though. Kimchi's a little bit lower than him. He heard her. He knows he knows.
Oh,
The buzzer beater. That is crazy final.
He's
this is
celebrating
the-
right now.
This is a tiebreaker here. They both have
Maybe
one win.
Dust Pistols was a bad idea.
Pistol only was
next
a
map.
bad idea.
Next map. What's the next map, guys? Yeah, we gotta.
Next
It's
map, Red?
1-1 right
Next
now,
map?
so.
It is 1-1. That is the score right now.
Louis. All right.
Split B would be
I
fun.
need-
I'll do split B.
Another map.
Split.
This will be the
start
last
on
one.
B?
Split. I fucking
Split
hate
B.
split. You're just saying things now. Okay.
Let me think.
What do you mean? Split B has a lot of like terrain angles, dude. It's fun.
All right. Cool. All right. This is the last
You
one,
said hear. You could hear.
and then we can play normally. Easy clap. No, dude.
Fred,
Hold on.
I need a
free
tutorial.
guns.
How do I free camp?
Free cam? Click V.
V. Okay, I'm gonna if I talk
Easy
in game,
clap.
it'll be
No.
less.
Nope. Nope. Scary.
Actually, I have mine
Everything's
set to
scary.
V. I don't know if it's basic on V.
Oh, it is.
Good, good, good. There's also a
Look how
button
it
for
goes.
cameras. I don't know what it is.
This is like
I'm liking
way
the
different
perfect
than
angles on the 2 female characters.
Interface.
playing
Observer.
normally. You know?
For sure. Toggle player lit up visibility.
Alright, Mickens going heaven here. Well, Kimchi is going through B garage. Looking very interesting. Gonna meet up at heaven for sure.
There's so. Oh my god!
Mickens taking the kill
You
there
fucking
and getting
scared
the heal.
me. I was just looking at chat too.
all
Chat, go
outlines.
away. You guys are distracting me. I'm just kidding. I love you.
Where were those cameras? Wow, that's crazy.
Hope you
Kimchi
broke his
going heaven
ankles.
might catch Mickens off at the back of B site here in Little Cubby area. Seems like they've seen each other. Oh, Kimchi
Ooh.
taking the kill without even taking any damage.
Louis, how did I know it was you?
Mickens
Who's
has
gonna
spawned
make
on
that
the
noise?
opposite side of the map, making his way over. No, we have Kimpy. Still looking at garage, thinking that he might have spawned over there, but no, he's gonna come up behind her. Oh no, he's going heaven. Ooh, interesting, interesting. Gonna
gonna
play
be
the
an
same
interesting
situation
play.
out again. Ah, it's gonna be the same situation again, just with Mickens in heaven.
This is a nail biter right here. And she comes out on
Oh my god, I
top.
need that. I need that. I
Takes
need that so bad.
She's
It's so
not gonna
far.
be able
Oh
to
fuck.
kill in time.
I'm not
Oh, no
gonna
heal for
make it.
Kimchi.
Oh fuck.
And he knows exactly where she is, for sure. He knows she's stuck on B.
Mickens choosing not to go heaven this time.
Smart decision. I'd assume she's holding it, but she's not. She's sitting in it. She's gonna wait. Oh, she's not looking.
Not looking up. Oh,
A
nice.
one tap to the back gets her.
I jumped so fucking hard just now. I
Kimchi
couldn't.
appearing to
I
be
don't know. That
scared.
was
She seems
terrifying. Holy
frightened.
shit! I think I was holding my breath.
As she runs over from A site back to
Go
B
grab her.
because the
I don't even
map
know
really
what
likes
noise
to
I
spawn them
made
over here.
from that. Like, what the fuck?
I didn't mean to do that.
Kimchi choosing to go heaven.
Heaven.
Alright.
Ooh, I thought she was gonna go alley. That was an
Gonna
interesting
play out the
choice.
same situation as last time, but Mickens is actually checking it a little better. Let's see how this one plays out. Yeah, in Mickens' favor. With Kimchi going mid this time. She gonna go heaven or is she gonna take the play for garage? Looks like garage. Interesting decision. Might work in her favor.
Can you guys hear Lando and Brett okay? Or should I turn them up?
Ooh, gonna meet in garage.
Let me tag
Kimchi
myself
taking that
real quick.
kill. 3-3 tie right now.
That's absolutely insane.
He's watching my stream. I'm just kidding. He would never. He would never. That would be so against everything.
Mickens going mid. We'll see if he goes heaven or if he goes garage.
If he
I'm
was watching the
scared.
stream, he'd be playing this much better.
Very true.
It's like
Looking
for
kind of the only
heaven.
place to really stay at, so that you're
Probably
not
gonna catch
too
Kimchi
wide.
off guard here.
I
They
got
both have
best
seen each
view.
other. Mickens
And
taking the
Mickens
kill
comes out on
and
top.
Bruh,
kill and lead. That's nice. 4-3.
bruh.
That is
Kimchi going
nice.
heaven this time through mid.
You're very right. That is
Oh my
nice.
god, my nose is itchy. 5 more minutes of this? Fuck. Fuck.
Wow.
Kimchi creeping up on mid here. Well, heaven, I mean.
Same thing.
Mickens not checking it. Might be
He's
able to catch
holding.
off guard here. Should have heard that.
Did
Did
hear
you
it.
peek for
He's
it?
gonna peek her. Ooh, the headshot.
Tying it up again. Wow. If this ends in a tie, that'll be very anticlimactic. Mickens coming from attacker spawn into the garage, I assume. Might go heaven. We'll see. Chooses to go garage. Okay.
I'm exploring. I'm discovering new things about this map. Like, you know,
Kimchi
there's a
watching
teddy bear.
garage here. Might catch
I'm so
Mickens.
You know, there's a teddy bear that's observing
I'm so terrified
everything.
right now. Fuck my life. It's so quiet.
Yeah, no, there's a
Mickens
teddy bear.
probably seeing Kimchi. Oh,
Yeah,
Kimchi
there's,
taking the win again.
there's a teddy bear watching this happen.
Teddy bear? What teddy bear? What teddy bear? Where you at? Just pull up the screen to see Teddy face.
bro is
Alright.
crazy.
Mickens pulling up stairs of heaven, but Kimchi's actually watching this. Seems to also be pushing down. It might
Where
catch
could he
Mickens
be
to his
coming
back
from?
turn.
Oh,
Gonna catch Mickens on B site here with his back turn. Might even get a knife if she wants to try for it. No,
Oh, I suck.
definitely did not try for the
God
knife.
damn it.
Why not? That's very sad. No knife.
that is very true.
Could have knifed. Definitely could have knifed.
Kimchi holding the lead
Mickens
against
coming
Mickens.
Panic
heaven
shot.
here. Both of them missing almost all of
Oh
their
god, okay.
shots.
Kimchi
I
gets a
think I
lucky
know what you were
recoil
saying
towards his
earlier,
body.
but like I don't,
Kimchi
you know?
Kimchi running for the
head.
heal. Oh, gets the heal this time.
Oh
Leading in
shit.
stairs. Kimchi kills him again. Kimchi with a 4-kill lead.
Kimchi with almost no HP kills Mickens and then steals that heal. Mickens slowly pushing through main. Something we have not seen all game, I believe, is no one pushing
Is
through
this
main.
entertaining?
Buys
Literally,
And
an
Mickens
op.
buys an op.
Someone
This is
like just
Very
just one
an
thing that they're saying, you know?
insane
Just one thing.
idea. One peek and she
Seems
is
to be
dead.
going for the
Are they even
no
still
scope.
talking? Like-
Definitely not looking down the
This
sight.
is
Goes for the no scope,
What?
misses, then aims. Oh, misses again and is
Oh,
dead.
Kimchi is shocked now.
Reload
He's
for me,
in,
thank you.
he's in still
5-kill
fear.
lead. Holy cow. Mickens buying the judge.
What are the
Ooh,
chances
that's an
he comes
interesting
the
one.
same way,
He's
yeah?
playing
Pulling
close.
up into close range might actually win this.
She does have a vandal.
Oh, half health
the
there.
lucky headshot.
Oh, my scroll wheel
Mickens
is
all the
also
way on
my
A side.
ping,
6
so
kill
that's why it
lead
always
from
does that.
Kimchi with a minute left on the time. Definitely could win this.
Mickens is out here purchasing a vandal.
What? He won the last round. What are you talking about?
Mickens gonna catch off guard here. Oh,
Ooh,
never mind. He looks away.
away.
Oh,
The
that
Valorant
was
timing is crazy.
that
He
was
looks
But
away
then
right
again,
as
guys,
she
he doesn't play this
peeks.
game, so we're literally only playing for fun anyway.
Oh, 12 and
Oh my
4.
God.
It's a test to me to see if my aim got any better,
kill
because he would have
lead.
definitely won.
Wow, Mickens must be really
Hands down.
defeated here.
Like, he don't be playing this game.
As
One more
Mickens
minute.
stares into the abyss. Oh, there we go.
Reaches
Buys
into the
Guardian.
eternal void. Purchases the Guardian. He now goes up to heaven, about to peek Kimchi,
Kimchi
thinking
pulling
she's
heaven
up
from
there.
Ropes. Definitely catching off guard here.
Ooh,
Nice.
yeah, he gets the head tap. Unfortunately, there's almost zero hope to get 7
When
kills
I
in the
tell you
next
this
30
is
seconds.
so terrifying, it
But
really
for
fucking
him
is.
to make-
It's just that
Closer.
terrifying.
A good comeback would be to just not let her get a single kill on you from there.
Making noise, trying to alert her to get her to come over quicker.
It does work. She starts moving a little bit closer to him. Oh, but she saw him.
Kimchi checking different locations here. Definitely has the win for sure. Oh, but he takes
Ooh,
the
the
kill
one
there.
tap.
10
Almost
seconds. I'm on the
no.
other side. There's no
lead
way.
for
I'm
the
not gonna make it in
W.
10 seconds.
Almost embarrassing play.
Yeah, that's a 6-kill
GGs.
lead there. Holy cow, Kimchi winning the
Wow.
1v1 in its entirety.
That is a huge feat not to be underplayed by
Okay.
Kimchi.
Let's switch back the audio so I can hear these guys.
Those were some great games. I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly,
Okay, I can hear you guys now.
Oh,
Those were some pretty good plays. I'm really shocked by the fact that some of the timing was absolutely insane. Lando, do you remember Lotus on A?
Stop.
Literally, no. You should have seen it. If you were
Both
looking on
of
the
them
map at the
turned.
time,
Both
you
of them
guys-
turned their backs on each other as soon as they peeked,
Oh,
peeking
like, you-
opposite angles on each other.
It
That's
was
funny.
so perfect. You guys could have walked backwards into each other and not have noticed. It was so perfect.
Yo, what's up, Hallmark? Oh my
And
god.
there goes Kimchi
Not funny.
husband. Lando, you want
Mm-hmm.
one who wanted? Maybe the solo.
Yeah, I got you.
Fine solo.
What's this? I can't 1v1 myself.
Wait, you're 1v1ing me?
Lando,
I
have
don't
you
know.
never Lando, have you
I
never
thought you were
watched
1v1ing
Fight Club?
Bread.
Right? Again here, 2v1.
Okay. Yeah, fair.
There you go.
You auto balance this.
It's free for all, so it's just the three of us killing each other.
Ask, can you auto balance?
It's literally free for all. I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about.
Could you make sure to turn this off of California server?
Oh yeah, for sure.
She's holding the ping advantage against us, Lando. There
Oh,
we
was
go.
it bad for you guys?
Oh, horrible!
No.
I was dying.
Oh.
Well, it was bad, but like it's not like.
What map do you guys want to play?
Give us a map. Ooh, hey. Interesting choice.
Why did it separate me? Why am I being segregated? I don't like this social distancing thing.
My stream looks like you guys are evil, and my chat's good. Because Lando's coded in this red color.
Why do you keep smacking the fuck out of your mic is what I
It
want to know.
falls. It keeps falling.
Do you guys want to pick a site?
What?
Or do you guys want to pick a site? Or
Site, gun specific store.
I don't know.
wait, did you put on your voice mod again?
No, does it sound bad?
It does for some reason.
I'm probably live. It's probably 'cause I'm live.
Oh, that makes sense.
Why do you guys slow up? This makes this so less intense.
There's no specifics, right? No, like site.
No.
Fuck, I need to run Vandal. I hate. I love my Phantom skin, but the Vandal's just better.
You know, we should. I wish they had like a death match, but with abilities.
That'd be pretty sick.
Oh my goodness, but that was mean. Oh, that was Kimchi.
That was kimchi. Damn.
That was mean.
Kafimpi.
Why you
Why not?
over
Gotta
here?
hug the
Wait upon
walls.
C, that's
Oh,
fucking
is it C?
attack spot.
Wait, I didn't know it was C. I didn't know it was C.
Kimchi.
I just cleanse the heathens.
What?
No words are to be spoken.
I shot way later than you started. Just letting you know.
Fuck.
Do you want to talk about it?
Honestly, yeah.
Kimchi. That's not kimchi.
No, it's not. I don't know who you're talking to.
Oh god, it's up there in the air. What the fuck? Oh!
Thanks, Chewbacca.
Corners are my best friend.
For real.
Kimchi said for real as she was holding a corner.
No.
There was no fucking way.
I feel like Valorant needs to
What are you doing on an attacker spawn?
going to C. What do you mean?
Hey, at the.
Wait, no, I spawned on A.
No! Oh my god, it was behind me. What's up, CM? How's it going?
Fuck. How did you get me without aiming? What the fuck?
Pure skill. I swear one of you spawned by me.
Never heard of it.
Where's by you? Hmm? Oh
There.
fuck.
Right there.
This is just scary. I heard my mic peak like a million times.
Too? You had a backup of fucking cheating. That's
Of course, I had a
speed.
backup.
Oh hell!
Nah.
Don't
The
shoot me!
fuck?
Don't shoot me!
Wait, what do you mean? Don't shoot me. What is this alliance?
I'm going away from him so that we can meet.
Going away from me. You ran away. I literally heard you. I just got double peeped, you bastard.
Fred!
You're yelling my name.
If
It's
you
Brad!
crazy.
claimed that corner, you can't have it.
Nuh-uh.
Thank
My
you.
screen was filled with blue. The kill feed
Blue?
was blue. The kill feed was just blue. So there's just KO and Neon the whole way.
Fuck. God damn it.
Whoever's on site has the advantage because they just have to hold
What do you think I'm
angles.
decent, Brad?
I'm not.
You are?
I'm not. Honestly, if you just because you said that, I thought you was gonna be convinced that I was B-side Garage.
I was hoping so.
Oh, my swing was just a little too late. That was crazy. What's everyone's favorite Val gun?
Crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a room, a rubber room. A rubber room. Wax. Wax. Me crazy. Crazy? Ah.
Because you knew where I was.
Oh, yippee!
Oh, no, not here. No, nobody's here.
How?
Fuck, I had 30
Corners.
health. I had 30 health. Phantom for life. And did you want to get on this free-for-all deathmatch? It's pretty funny.
But I really hate your decision making because it's too good.
This is a horrible decision I just made.
Exactly.
No! I pulled up the blicky, but then he pulled up the blicky. This is fair.
No!
No,
Yee!
you 217. What the fuck? Cheater. But she cheated.
No fucking way! It's because I was walking and fucking shooting. I'm so dumb. Sometimes.
Fuck, I almost lived. I maybe have to reload.
You're chilling tonight for sure. Take a break.
Back off.
Guess what?
Well, why is my gun the most inaccurate thing at long range, but your guys' is the most accurate? And when I'm close range, it's fucking accurate. as all
No.
shit. I can't ever get close range. You know what? You know what? You know what? I'm rebelling.
What are you? How are you rebelling?
I'm rebelling from the industry standard. Reb, I fucking saw you.
Why you have a shotgun?
Don't worry about it.
Why do you have a fucking charge? Why is that necessary? Kimchi, stay away. This is man's business.
I was rebelling from the industry standard. Ow, you fucking bastard! You wallbang head dink me! Oh, there it is!
5 HP is atrocious.
1 minute.
No!
Stop it.
No! Fuck! Not the 5 HP killing me!
Kimchi?
Hmm? 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 Hmm?
What sounds do you like her to make? Hmm?
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 Oh, fuck! Why didn't I have my shotgun out?
Kimchi? Distraction. Oh.
fuck did you use as a distraction yourself?
Oh fuck. Oh my god. I couldn't tell if you're. Oh god. Knife, 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 knifes out. Knifes out. I said no.
He shot at me first.
Oh god.
Oh my god. All of my kills were with the shotgun, not gonna lie. I'm fucking bored.
Okay, one more.
Oh my god.
Ow, ow! Bread, why, bread? Why you do that?
Look at my face.
You don't want to play?
Force.
Red, imitate your calling card, please.
Yeah? Yeah, do that.
Imitation? What is it? I need it.
I can't hold
Where's,
that. I
where's
can't
the-
hold that face.
Okay, I'll play 2 more games and then I hop off.
I can't hold this straight face while doing
What do you mean you can't hold a straight face?
You have the cheekiest ass smirk.
Wait, hold on. I need to see. Give me a second. Let me just press the few
I'm about to
buttons.
rob you.
Wait, I'm sorry, I forgot to do
Oh, I
this.
just saw that. Nice.
There you go.
This guy, what makes the kimchi so fat? Sir, Branius.
That's real cute.
Bro flipped up.
Wait,
Thanks.
copy it. Where's the copy? I didn't see. I missed it.
I can't get the fucking. He's got like a slight frown on. He's like a. I can't fucking.
I can't don't. Bro's having a panic attack. Bro's doing the Mamma Mia hand. Bro's dying. I think he's legally dead.
I don't think he knows how to communicate anymore. Something happened. Bread.
Bro's got a bat as Cypher. He about to break some kneecaps. They're
No.
duos.
No.
Trios.
No. Yeah.
Both.
Oh. Sheriff,
Both.
Mr. Sheriff. Yeah.
Just by both. Take out a loan, buy both.
Giro, oh fuck. Giro, a raid right now? Are you kidding? Are you kidding me right now?
Site is entirely
Well, the person who kind of has our spike is like behind.
Bro_games raided my stream with 12 viewers.
Ah! Thank you for the raid, I appreciate. McNuggets. Let me give you a shout out, Giro. Thank you so much, Giro. Always showing
You're so funny.
love to all the homies. Appreciate you.
G, bro, are you understanding all this Starbucks-ese?
No, not at all.
Neither am I. Cool.
Even though he
Glad we're on
commented
the
about the
same page.
caramel.
Go get some food, Giro.
He wants to be swirled in caramel.
Oh gosh. Oh god.
My goodness. Oh
Friend,
my
what-
goodness.
Well, we're here now, so I don't know. What? Don't clip that.
Oh
I'm
my.
clipping it.
No, wait.
One enemy remaining.
How are the games? What were you doing? What were you playing? We pulled up to cause havoc? Yo, bet. Alright guys. G-Bro rated, so we have to win. This one's for
Is
G-Bro.
that by law?
Yeah.
I
I'll
don't
be
know
right-
the law.
Oh my god. I'll be right back. I'm gonna play my raid VOD. Let me mute my... There you go. Alright, ready? I'll be back. Oh my god, we have to go through the crowns again. First of all, how do I even know if I'm streaming right now? Leo? No! I'm not saying you can commit fraud, but you can also commit fraud. Ah! Okay. It's okay, chat. We're toxic, so you don't have to be. Did it drown?
You drowned the chicken?
Oh no, it's right there. It's right there.
Kimchi, you got this.
You guys, no.
Oh, wow.
Wake up. Wake up, you stupid bitch. What the fuck is happening right now? You guys are too crazy. I swear. Oh my god. Get W or high kills, I'll get drop a follow. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, G-Bro, if you need to do any post-stream things, please do. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys so much. I'm back. I'm back. Oh, yes. Can I help you? Can I help you? Can I help you? Can I help you? Can I help you?
I gave Reyna the spike. Oh, fuck.
I was expecting
Yeah, there was no way I could get out of that one.
Last player standing.
What? What?
Gotta go.
What the fuck? That was crazy. How the fuck did you do that?
She was reloading. I just exited it. Jumped in so that way she would be confused on where I am and then just get there.
And then have you heard of that empty gun trick?
Do I want to know?
What that is? Does that give you an answer?
I
It's
don't
kimchi.
know what that is. Let's stop now.
Kimchi, the empty gun trick
I don't want to know. Do I want to know?
is where you buy
You do wanna
one of
know.
you have an amazing gun skin, and then you Euro and you drop your gun on the floor, so they pick it up, and then they have to reload, and then you drop out and you just kill them. But you pick up their vandal, and then you jump out and kill them. Cause you know it's like a Reaver vandal, where some people are like, ooh, Reaver.
Boom! I'm playing right here.
Ow.
Oh fuck.
Ow.
No way! She didn't get marked, that's why.
Fuck.
Oh,
You
so
got one.
close. I only have two. Beb, 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 beb. What? What? What is
Kimpy, Schwimpy, what?
I'm
Kimpy
so
Pimpy.
confused.
Kimpy to be pimpy.
Oh god.
Can be pimpy. I like can be pimpy.
No, what the fuck?
Kimpy,
What is
are you a
happening?
pimp or a kimp?
I have no idea what the fuck that means.
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, you do. No, no lie.
No?
No lie.
No? Yeah?
What it
No?
means.
What?
I bless you
What?
with knowledge of the universe.
The universe has knowledge? Oh
I
god,
think-
that didn't go anywhere.
It was so good. It was so good. They're all B. They're all B. What in the living hell was that? It didn't even reach far enough down to get anyone, Brett. What the living fuck?
Spike planted.
It's not
Mommy,
what in the
heal
living
me.
Fuck, it's what the living fuck. Your buff.
Where?
Kimchi, you might want to break that thing that's making a lot of fucking noise.
I have no idea what that
Oh
is,
God,
actually.
It's a killjoy grenade, and it's what killed you.
Oh.
Just shoot it. Oh my goodness, you idiot!
I have a feeling they don't know what that is either.
It's not that hard to realize it's there. It's fucking loud as
That was smooth.
We're locked in, that's why.
Bad, come here,
But
bad,
only
bad,
to
bad,
trade
bad.
weapons. That's the
No.
only thing we're locked in about.
No, we're the same person.
What? Who's the same person?
You and me.
Oh.
Follow me.
Why not?
What? We left A wide open? Are you fucking kidding?
Doesn't appear that there's anyone here.
Right, Dr. Seuss.
Yes. I write those books.
Wow. I hate it
Where's
here.
Dr. Mongoose?
Thank you for the follow, Tito. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Kimchi Crew.
I'm not the biggest fan.
Oh, fucking hell. Fuck!
Dang, we suck. Sorry. It's pretty bad.
I didn't have a gun.
I'm doing bad.
I had a pistol because I needed to low buy so I could buy this for him.
Alright.
Oh
Carry.
no, I dropped my AirPods.
Carry. Carry.
What did you just do? I know what that implies.
Carry.
Did you actually do it?
Carry.
Carry. Carry. Oh no, I dropped my AirPods.
Spike down. Attacker spawn. Bring them down.
No, fuck! It didn't pick up the gun, there's 3B.
Watch me hit the green.
Oh my fucking god, right. Now's the time!
Fred, we can all lose. I'm only playing
Kimchi.
a little
Kimchi,
more.
Kimchi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeet. Got him.
Who'd you
I
get?
killed 2 right here.
Mm.
Why did you run out into the open like that, bud?
What?
For the wows.
Probably gonna pull out.
Wow.
Bring them down.
Meow. Meow.
Up top.
Meow.
We'll catch them.
Yep.
I have no idea what that does. No, I held it
creates a
too
trail.
long.
It creates a trail for your dogs, but you don't have your dogs.
Oh, is that what it does?
All of your abilities do that.
Wait, you summon us with your stream?
What do you mean?
Nah, he always catches me at the worst time. But I be sweeping and then he summons me. Bro, please.
I summon thee.
So maybe you just
Alright, so, but I'm
sleep
gonna go
at the
find one
wrong
person.
time?
But I'm gonna go find one person, right?
How did you just figure that out, Kimchi?
And I'm just gonna bully them.
I don't know.
Like, did you not like look at my streams before?
They killed it.
What'd they kill? What'd they kill?
Yo, dog, help me! I'm lagging. Holy fuck!
Raze is there.
I'm pulling out of my ult 8 times. What the fuck?
Fred, what
Help, where am I?
happened?
Lando, you good, Matt?
No, dog. I just went out of my ult 8 times, dog.
Oh fuck. I'm fucked.
There appears to be some ults happening here.
I'm so fucked right now.
Spike planted.
Oh shit.
Last player standing.
How? Dude, all I can see is their fucking head on me and their fucking shoulders.
That was painful. Oh wow, Bread. Wow.
You got me to affiliate. You gave up. You just stopped supporting me. I had to
No.
support myself.
No, you did stream. Have you ever thought about that? No. You have not streamed. The one time you were gonna stream, you said, do you want to know what you said?
I'm playing Spider-Man.
Exactly. So, how can I support someone who doesn't stream unless I'm like, you should stream right now?
It's Spider-Man.
Imagine I have to actually ask you to stream in order for you to stream. That's insane to me.
But
Help, I'm in freezing conditions.
Spider-Man.
Oh my god.
Kippy, when you send the mic, can you get me a heater too?
Wait, sorry, what was that, Linda?
When you send the mic, can you give me a heater? I'm fucking dying.
Sure, I have one of those. No worries.
So, like, are you gonna get Landon's address or are you just gonna, like, randomly guess?
Yeah, I'll randomly guess. No. I'll just recruit my services for my friend 1-800 Afro Joe, and he'll find you. Don't worry. He won't even give the address to me. He'll just send it over for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the true gentleman he is. I need to stop.
Stop stream, bro. You stream for a minute.
Bro, tired. You do no cursing? How dare you?
Yeah, and then you continue to curse, so you should just give those points back, honestly.
You know what? She can't see it. She's not here.
What it? Yeah, I am. Dude, I'm right here. Here. What if I just reverse raid you?
No.
Oh yeah. Wait, hold on. Yeah. I'm a raider. I'm a raider in my own channel. Oh shoot, you are too. This is funny.
Sarah_Bredius rated my stream with 2 viewers.
One is 5 minutes behind.
What is your job?
Look at the chat.
2? What? I'm confused.
He used the wrong 2.
Oh, it's the grammar police. I'm sorry. I've high. Oh god.
What the fuck?
Oh god. I have to reopen a tab. Hold on. Reopen, close tab.
Oh my god, there's so much delay on your stream for me. I turned on the sound because I used cringe, and then I just heard you say, oh, what if I reverse raid you? And I was like, man, I am delayed.
I don't even know what to title this. Was that a sneeze?
Lando, where'd you go?
Oh, where did Lando go?
Lando?
Did he DC?
I will call your mother over here, Lando.
Oh, that mother?
The disciplinary.
Oh, what? It's snowing.
Huh? It's quiz break time.
It's snowing. Wait, where'd he go? ADC? Oh, I think so.
Yeah, you ever shoot ghosts?
Yeah, I know. I want this. I want this one. Actually, no, I want this one. But yeah,
I have the
that's
Sentinels of Light Op.
it's crazy expensive.
Crazy?
Did you see the price of it?
I was crazy once.
Wait, why the heck are we off the screen? Our foreheads are getting cut off?
They locked me in a room.
A rubber room?
A rubber.
I just need to know if he's gonna come back or not.
That's crazy. Crazy?
If not, do you want to start one?
Crazy once.
Bread is meant to be toasted.
Hey, stop.
Do you want to play a Swift play real quick? Or
Sure.
I wonder how... You're so tired, Bread. Do you want to just call it quits?
No.
Are you sure?
I play once more.
You sound so tired.
I play once more.
So do you want to wait for... Oh, never mind.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
know
he
what?
DC'd. He's not even on Discord anymore.
You know why I sound tired?
Yeah, you had a long day.
I worked.
Yeah, you had a super long day.
Hey, we have another Twitch streamer.
Oh, Zoomy?
Zoomy. Let me see if I can find that. This guy's tagline is hers. I wish.
What?
I wish. Let me open up Twitch real quick.
Uh-huh.
Then grab this guy.
Dodge! Somebody dodge! Somebody dodge! What happened?
So Wi-Fi go dead. Like it fully went down, so my phone wasn't working either, and I could not make it working.
Oh, but it's back up now?
Yes, I'm good now.
Okay. We're in a game, I'm sorry. I didn't know if you were coming back or not.
It appears to be
I need to restart Valorant anyways.
Okay. Wait, you disappeared from your mic.
Me?
Yeah.
Zoomy seems to be a person.
Do I just load in before everyone? Like, what the fuck?
Okay.
Most people just stand perfectly still when buying.
I like your necklace.
What necklace? What?
That one.
And
On your neck.
lace. Oh, my dog tag. My tag dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Your
Why are
attack
you...
dogs?
You're so tired. You're saying everything backwards.
That's just my thing.
Bro, you have attack dogs.
No, tag dogs.
Yeah, attack dogs.
Kimchi, you realize I've called you like Kimchi Fatal before, right? That's like my thing.
Yeah.
I could call you FatalKimchi.
Thought it
You're
was
better.
Kale.
Kato, C-A-T-A-L. And then
Yeah,
Kimchi,
Kale.
F-I-M-C-H-I.
Yeah, Kale can be.
I got so scared. Holy shit.
Fatal Kale.
What?
Fatal Kale. Come here,
Fatal
I know you want it.
Fatal Kale.
Kato.
Kale. Sound like kale still.
What are you guys talking about now? Oh my god.
Kale,
I
we're
have
talking
much
about
concern.
kale.
I'm delusional.
Yeah, you need to go to fucking night night.
Okay, Mom.
Can't say yeah, no mom. Not cleaned you.
Okay, Dad.
This would be a very bad tree if so. Tree would not
Hello?
be tree. It'd be a hula hoop.
What the fuck were they doing?
Like 4 minutes behind.
Ooh,
Oh my
what is that guy's name? Gee, what is Jet's name?
I have no idea. Why are you asking me?
Because it's so fucking long.
I have no idea what that says.
Here, I got you. That one.
I totally
Oh,
you said
okay.
Ching Chong, and I was gonna be very offended, but
Stop! Please, I'm still
No!
streaming.
No, Blab, I'm not that on.
Bread, I'm still streaming.
I was tempted to say him knowing
the language of Doodle Bob.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
No, yeah. That's exactly what that said.
Yo, why are we dying so much?
I think
You know?
it was just Doodle Bob, but like he survived.
I am Pillow Man. Can't you see?
I think that's why he's never done a face reveal.
Well, I don't have a face.
He's from the bottom of the
What?
ocean.
Surgically removed.
You don't have a face?
It got surgically removed.
Hmm.
New Twitch lore.
What?
Face
My
got
Twitch
surgically
lore is
removed.
absolutely atrocious.
Fuck.
It's genuinely crazy.
Jones. I know, super bad.
Crazy?
That was crazy once. They locked me in a room. A rubber room. Filled with rats. The rats made me crazy.
Done?
Did you say fucking end of the walkie-talkie?
You really?
The fuck, man?
Over.
Over.
Roger that.
Over.
Bro was ending his speech. He had to add the fucking walkie-talkie sound. The part of his sentence.
Spike down B. Last player standing. Your duty is not over.
2v4, easy dub. Dead. As your neon runs away.
What the fuck?
Oh, sorry, macaroni runs away.
Wait, Macaroni's tagline is hidden.
His
I
macaroni.
hate it
It's his macaroni, bro.
Oh shit, don't look at that.
Oh, don't look at that. What's that?
It says something to Kimchi.
What'd you
Oh,
send?
God.
What'd you
Just
send?
Just send it to me as well. Get ready. Not a fuck.
I paused it.
You
I got-
paused.
No, I got all that at the perfect time.
Here you go, buddy.
What did he send? Hello? Oh my god, I'm gonna kick you guys out of this.
What is it like the perfect amount of despair?
Have a lovely lurk.
Oh my goodness, dude! It's like
I healed already, I'm sorry.
He's just slightly in pain.
Fuck. Thank you for the alert.
Like bro's experiencing grief, but like from his cat dying.
Oh my god.
Dog is not okay.
That was so bad.
Oh my goodness.
That's actually so bad. Let me give you a shout out, Kayak. You're just the coolest kayak ever. Oh my god, what do you say? Please remove your mic from your mouth.
It's very delicious.
Parts where I'm like wanting to pull my hair out, and then there's some parts where I'm like, this is so cute, I love it.
Oh my god, I feel the same way about
Sorry,
hair.
I'm fake and wasn't following on Twitch, but I'm obsessed with your TikToks. Oh my gosh, oh, I know, I saw you comment on a few. I was kind of fangirling. But no, you're all good. Thank you so much for the follow.
Oh, not the fan.
I hope you've been having a great stream so far. We need to get
What do you mean,
Please remove your mic from mouth area. Please.
It's as far as ways it physically goes.
It goed? Yeah, it goed there?
It go there.
Okay.
Red, why is one of them giving me fucking side eye?
Water? My hydrate police is here. Wait, I don't trust this. This might be old water. Yep, that's old water. I drank though, so I mean. What? Lando, I don't think I can play the game if you're just gonna keep crying the whole time.
What the fuck is he giving me side eye?
What are you fucking saying?
No, stop. Why is that? Hey, no, leave me alone. You said 14? You're me. Okay, I'll give
You
up.
want to see what he's laughing about?
No, don't dare.
Send.
Oh god.
They're all looking
That's
at you.
what he's laughing about.
The middle and it gives you
I
side
think
eye.
I think I'm gonna play better if I deafen this whole match.
Bro, it's giving me side eye.
Stop. Oh my god. Oh, that was my neck. Oh, that was
I heard that.
gross. Oh.
We have Haiku's fucking, what is it?
Yaku?
Gamer?
Yaku? Autumn
Swear to
Storm and Maple Mommy?
Fred. Favorite all these fucking weird.
We played with Whopper Jr. before, I swear.
Why are you fucking, oh my god. What? You made another one. Oh my god. Don't you dare take another goddamn picture and then make it bigger. You fucking bitch. What the fuck? Why are they forgotten?
Alright, I'm deafening. That's it. I can't do it anymore. My ears. Okay. Alright, that's it. Who's playing who? Okay. That's pretty. It's a pretty guess. Okay.
Fine. It's not even readable. It's not visible, it's not readable. What the fuck is that?
If you want to see it,
See what?
that's not the right one.
They had a judge. They bought the judge. Have wingman plan. Yeah. Who's standing in Viper's damage thing?
Oh, I am.
I lost health slowly from decay.
No!
Do you like the DM I sent you?
Haiku's
What the fuck is
doppelganger
that?
meme.
I copied the same photo like 20 times.
It
and then
is a
proceeded to
literal
paste it.
fucking line. It's not a real thing. It's just a fucking line. And he was about to drown from it. It's a line.
What are you talking about?
He was gonna drown.
Who?
Bread.
Why?
He was gonna drown.
You guys know that one philosopher who nearly died from laughing at his own joke?
Yes,
That was-
I want to hear the joke.
That was me in my second life. Or my first life.
Mm-hmm.
You're crazy, man.
What do you mean?
Wait, why are you dying of laughter?
I'll find you. Mark one.
It's not even there. Raise?
Easy, 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 easy. Oh my, I swear
Yeah.
to fucking God, what is this? Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. Again, go.
What is what?
Fred sent me a message.
G-Bro is on?
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh shit, G-Bro's on.
I need a GIF that plays once and deletes itself, please and thank you.
That needs to be a thing. It should just be called, nah, gaslighting isn't a thing, you're just crazy and then it disappears.
What's that?
I don't know. A fake thing that I just made up.
Get out of my way. Where are you? Take hold. Fire!
That's more funny gifts.
No charges. Bring them down.
Last player standing.
Fuck!
Damn.
It's for them to hop up on the wall. How did 4 of you guys not kill one?
Well, I almost got
Dog,
solo
I gave a
ulted,
smoke.
so...
I got the spike on point, and everyone dies without getting a single kill.
Yes. No, you know pay attention last time.
I'm sorry. No, please. We trade, we win. You don't want it? Okay, can we hug? Later, you like what I just sent you?
I
Oh my God.
didn't even consider it. Oh, I don't even know what it means, to be honest.
With the C?
Yep.
The C. My favorite GIF template for Discord is just me when the.
Help. Fuck.
One enemy remaining.
What? I didn't even have to do anything.
I did most of it. I just brought them all to one fucking corner because they were all kill hungry. They're all fucking bastards.
Oh, you're right. I should buy something.
There.
Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to put that
Oh
there.
wait, no, I found it.
What do you mean you found it?
Look, it's the guy. It's the guy I was talking about.
Oh my god, I'm gonna beat you, dude. I'm gonna
Remember whenever we were talking about Yoru?
bully you. Oh my, what the? I'm not looking at it.
No wait, remember when we were talking about that Yoru, like, meme
Yeah.
that you made? And the guy, I was
Mhm.
like, yeah, it reminds me of that one meme of that, yeah, the guy.
No!
That was the most dramatic no ever. Are you okay?
No, I died. I didn't get a shot off. You got a pretty ribbon.
Thanks.
What? Dude, I pulled that same maneuver 4 times and that never happened. Why are they standing perfectly still? Oh my god.
Enemy kill.
Why do
No.
they stand perfectly still when they're shooting?
Dunno.
Linda, you like what I sent you?
Oh my god, stop sending me shit!
Mm.
Oh, you that.
That guy.
Why the fuck
I'm
is there a
seeing
man
what?
rapidly changing shirts at the speed of sound? Explain yourself.
Oh, is it the 50 cent one?
No.
No?
It just says me when, and then his shirt rapidly changes.
No fucking way. She's better.
I made a mistake. So wait, no. Wait, no. I was looking for this, right? And so I typed spin, but I made a mistake. It actually put 2 S's and this came up.
Can I have the song with that? Too, please?
Yeah, yeah.
You know the song.
Kimchi, you have me muted, right? In
What?
in the game. You're muted in the game.
Yes, I do.
Good.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
Spike planted.
I'm waiting.
You better mute your mic if that's what you're trying to do something.
I'm waiting for
silly.
the luxury bread.
I found it. Hang on. It's one of the first things I added to my soundboard.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Let's go. Yo, can you send me a link to that? I need that on my Spotify playlist.
I have a Spotify playlist called Focus.
Oh god.
I'll find you.
Oh shit. Oh. Ooh, painful.
Player standing.
What? They're okay. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I think their cat is playing for them.
Spike planted.
Yeah. They're using one of those like mouse movers.
How fast can my cat reach?
No, not our jet, the enemy jet. Cause well, they wall banged me through a wall, and I don't think they've died. No, they have.
Oh my
But it's very
god,
suspicious that
so
their name is
close.
hidden, and that they're playing.
They're
on
never gonna
Raven.
find her. Bro, please find her.
And that's it in about 2 seconds.
Attackers win.
Wow, okay. Well, that was my last game,
Hey,
so...
I got a Glock in my Rari. 17 shots, no 30. Yeah.
Leo's playing too. I want to play with them.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Hey, guess what?
Chicken butt? Ori, hi. Ori, how are you doing?
You ready to just see me be absolute dog shit at this game? Because that's what's happening.
I swear I always get this clip.
It was fun, VPN, but go- oh god! I'm good.
Are they down or up?
Old siege on there.
We're actually gonna read out.
To me? You shouldn't have.
Yeah, hop on.
Sure, man. Behind mom. I was gonna join your call after Kimchi left.
Bro, I'm like, actually, wait a minute, what the fuck? I wanna go.
You're
What is that
what?
one round? Sorry.
I'll be right back. I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys so much for being here. Bye. Later, guys. See you guys next time. Take care, everyone.